I changed it. I would
We
usually
are live.
pick the hey, what is up, everybody? Yeah, I'll usually
what's
pick
up, guys?
the newer one, the 2000 one, because I like the crab walk down the stairs and all that. But
I do like that scene a lot.
It is cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. What's up, Baron? How you doing, brother? Yeah,
Baron,
I have that DVD actually. That I still have that DVD.
Very
that
cool.
exact one you just showed up. Yep, that's one of the few DVDs I still have, and I know it might be downstairs in the back room. Yeah, I know I have it. I saw it recently. So yeah, we as much as we do love the director's cut, extended scenes and everything in there. The theatrical cut was what we're going with tonight. I dropped the Look movie link for anyone who wants to watch along. It should be pinned. I think I pinned it. And yeah, I mean, this is one of obviously the all-time greats. And I didn't do an Exorcist watch along on the channel actually at this point. I did a review on the first three. Oh no, review on 1 and 2, and then I did a live watch along maybe like 3 years ago on 3 after I did the first 2 reviews on the first 2 movies. Then I never did the Dominion prequel to The Exorcist or Exorcist at the Beginning, which is the same film, just different directors and cuts of it. Then I did Exorcist Believer when that came out. I did a review on that, how bad that fucking film was. And thank God that they abandoned the trilogy they had planned for that. Deceiver, I think, was supposed to be the next one. But I think we're still getting something, aren't we? Getting like a Flanagan Exorcist project? I don't know if I think that's still on, right? Okay.
Yep.
So to see anything with Flanagan involved is immediate. I'll check it out territory.
I've actually covered this pretty extensively before. I've done it twice on my channel.
You've done. Yeah, I know you've done twice.
Baron joined me, and I know tons about this film, and I adore this film. But I can't hold a candle to what fucking Baron knows. Baron is like,
oh no, that's why I was glad I saw him in the chat. I'm glad I saw him in the chat because he's the expert on The Exorcist, and it's great seeing you, Baron. It's great having you here, and it's great that you're going to watch along.
You should have him on.
Throw in his great commentary too. Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to have you on sometime, Baron. We got to do something sometime.
Really nice guy. Really knowledgeable.
Hi, Jen. How you doing, Jen? And Ginger in the house. What's up, Ginger? How you doing?
Hello,
brother?
Jen.
Oh, Ginger, by the way, great stuff, man. In Al's special, Halloween special, your submissions and stuff. Great job. Everybody did a great job who sent stuff in for Al. I managed. I think he called out the number, the length. It was only 6 minutes and 30 seconds or so. He said keep it under 10. He did get the abridged version though, so I did chop probably 4 or 5 minutes out of that. But I did because the theme was our top horror sequels, or what we consider 3 of some of the best horror sequels, and they had like 13 people or so throw in their picks and stuff. And I talked about Evil Dead 2, which I don't consider a sequel, really, more of a remake, but that one was up there. Then Exorcist 3 actually was another one that I mentioned, and then I cheated like always and had just a rapid fire spit like round of just every sequel I prefer to the original, like in a bunch of franchises, just like Slumber Party Massacre 2, Sleepaway Camp 2, Texas Chainsaw 2, this, I went down the line with that. But everyone it was a great special. So shout out to Al if you see this, or anyone who hasn't checked it out.
About 3 years ago, me and Al did a deep dive live review of Rocky and Rocky 2, and we did a few wrestling streams. So long time no see. How you been doing, man?
Yeah, I don't know if he's in chat right now, but yeah, if you see this, Al, definitely great job on putting that all together. And yeah, check that out, Keith. His Halloween special. He dropped it earlier today. He got a lot of people in the community that sent in there, and there's a lot of good picks for best sequels, their favorite sequels. There was some really good picks and interesting out of the box ones too. What's up, Russell? How you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. As always, movie still scares you. There's something about this film before we get it going. There's something about this film, man, and I don't know if it's Dick Smith's effects, everything about this movie. And I say it all the time. We have so many demonic possession films since this film, and they still somehow cannot get it to look as realistic as the effects work in this film. Like, if demonic possession was a real thing, I mean, some people believe in it. I don't really. I'm open to whatever. But if it were to be real, this is 100% what I would imagine it being like. Everything portrayed in this film that Regan goes through, it's amazing what they did with the effects work here, and the sound design too, with the voice and the layered vocals on top of each other, and all of that. It really is, I think, the best possession by far of all time.
Storm, sometimes you get that perfect storm. Sometimes things come together, and it just works out to where you lightning strikes and you get that perfect storm. This movie is one of those perfect storms. Everything is perfect, just like Bear and I were talking about earlier. The kids nowadays and younger people nowadays, that laugh at it and stuff like that, if they were 5, 6 years old in 78, 79 when I seen it, they wouldn't be laughing. It's still, I'm still traumatized from this.
Dude, I remember seeing this when I was a little older than, what was I, maybe 8 or 9, because it was a year or two after I got into horror, and I started with the slashers because, Halloween was the first and Friday. So I was in the slasher beginnings. And then obviously I kept hearing about the Exorcist and stuff. So I remember seeing this for the first time, and I never got scared much from movies, and I still don't, but I was always able to put myself in the shoes of the protagonist or the characters and feel it through them, right? And I know you're big on that too, with your videos with diving into the character. Yeah, exactly. Diving into the characters' minds, and the great content you make of exploring everything going on, like the psychology behind it. Like, that's what I was always able to put myself in the shoes of them and then say, this is fucking terrifying. Like what they're going through. But nothing really ever scared me. There was a few things, like the gremlin in Gremlins, the last line of there might be a gremlin under your in your house, or under the bed, or something like that. There might be a gremlin in your house, and check the bed, check the closet. That scared me for some reason as a young kid when I saw that. And I did check the bed for fucking gremlins and shit for like a good week after I saw that movie. And this is another one of the examples of a movie that really stuck with me and affected me, even knowing that it's all fake, knowing it was all makeup and stuff like that. It's just something about it, and the way that Friedkin directed this, and he's always been such an underrated director. I think you share the same sentiment.
Oh, absolutely, man. This is, I was writing down films earlier, like the most important films of all time, horror and beyond. To me, this movie, because Friedkin didn't make a horror film. He wanted to make a film about the struggle that Karras has. This film's about Karras. It's about his struggle with his faith. And she is used as his ultimate test. And that's basically what you have here, man. This film, I think, is one of the most perfectly made films in general, not just horror. In general,
absolutely. This is one of the greatest movies. I forgot where I listed this on my top 40 movies of all time list, because I made that list because I never really was big on lists until I started doing the channel, and then maybe 6 months into it, I said I'll do like top 70s movies and top 80s slashers, top 80s horror, and then found footage, and I went through a brief list phase where I did some lists. And then I remember like yesterday, it was a few years ago now, it was like 4 or 5 in the morning or 3 in the morning. I couldn't sleep. And I start writing down my favorite 40 films of all time, horror and any genre. And I finished it and started recording the video at like 5, 6 in the morning, something like that. And I knew, first of all, I was going to forget one movie, at least one. And then that always happens with any list. You're going to forget one, and as soon as you put it up there and get it out, you say, fuck. And that happened with my top 10. Even I forgot to put opera in Argento's opera in my top 10.
Your very favorites, you know what I mean?
Man. But then besides that, yeah, exactly. It's so much. I mean, there's so much, and it's just to try to narrow it down. I should update that and do my favorite 40 or 50 horror films, not like all films of all time, because then that really makes the list so hard. My top 10 has been cemented for a long while now, but beyond that, it's anything can change. But I'm pretty sure this was It's not in my top 10. It's in my top 20. It's probably I
Right.
think 12 or 13. I ranked
That's pretty
it
good.
for top all-time films. I mean, absolutely. And if it were to be horror, it would be in the top 10. It would
Absolutely.
definitely be in the top 10. Maybe
It's
the
probably my
higher
top five.
end, but for sure. I know it's higher up for you. Yeah, top 5.
It's probably top 5 in horror. Definitely top 10 total.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I grew up on it. Like I said, it scarred me as a child for some reason. Just like being real high up. I always wanted to go in the Twin Towers when they were still around. You know, I was 28 years old when that happened and they came down.
That's right. I was in 6th grade.
I'm terrified of heights, but I love really tall fucking buildings, and I'm going to look down from them and feel sick.
Yeah.
Go figure. Go figure.
Yeah.
I love this. Scares me to that point to where I want to see it all the time. It's the only film that's ever scared me at all, and I think it's because, man, in the 70s you didn't have films like this. This did not exist.
Exactly.
They tried to reach this every sense, and they just can't. They're not going to. Films that do good possession nowadays don't touch this kind of possession. They go another way.
Exactly. Like look, When Evil Lurks is a good. Which one did you say?
God, yeah. Like Hereditary is kind of goes in that they get possessed at the end.
Even Get Out, you can argue is a possession flick. I love When Evil Lurks.
Perfect. And you know what's fun about When Evil Lurks? The way it ends with the children like that could easily be called a prequel to Who Could Kill a Child.
Actually, I haven't seen that movie in forever, so I'd have to rewatch it. But I got that's interesting.
Definitely good. It's definitely good.
You're right, though. Everything that's possession in the last, I'd say, 20 years at least. That's like, or let's narrow it down, even say 10 years. That's been a possession flick. That's been a real good one. Has been one that's been real outside of the box, and nothing like a straight possession flick like this, because you cannot top it. You cannot come anywhere close to topping this movie or matching it in any way, because it's just the times too. Back then, people were much more religious than people are today.
It made people sick.
I don't know.
It caused a resurgence of church.
It's wild, right? When you think of it like that, I mean, the movie scares someone so bad they start going back to church because of it. But like, I don't know if it's just this. I don't want to be like false on statistics here, but I don't know if religion really did decline, but it was much more prevalent in like the daily lives of most people, and especially in America. So you have this film coming out in the early 70s, and it really just took the whole world by fucking storm, because no one's ever seen anything like this. And this church going people and stuff, and even if you didn't go to church stuff, you're likely raised in some type of religion, and you're seeing this girl getting possessed by a demon on screen, and it looks so real. And if you weren't a horror fan back then and you just were a casual moviegoer, I could absolutely see the people passing out and throwing up and getting sick, and the horror stories that are famous surrounding this movie and all the screenings and the people just losing their minds over it.
9 people died during or after this film that were closely connected, either in it, or working on it, or people that they knew.
Like the curse of it.
Babies died, a lot of shit, man. A lot of shit.
This is one of those cursed films for sure. They did. You ever see that series before? Then we'll start this. On Shudder, I think it's on, but it might be Amazon Prime. It might be Shudder though. But it's a cursed film series, and each episode is. You've seen that? Yeah, it's a good series. It's like maybe like 6-7 episodes. I think they did another season actually of it in the last year or two. But that was one of them, The Exorcist.
Have you ever seen this?
William Friedkin's.
This gets deep down into Friedkin. This is a Shudder-made documentary.
Okay.
Great. You need to watch.
I haven't seen that. I got to see that.
It's not long before he died. He sat down for a couple hours and he goes through the whole making of it. It's just him.
Oh, so it's him talking. Like, okay, I want to definitely see that.
Fantastic, man. Leap of Faith. It's a Shudder original. It is great. I love Friedkin. I know he was an asshole, but I think he was a brilliant asshole.
And that's one thing that he had that reputation, of being kind of a dick, right? But I mean, so did Kubrick.
He's so interesting to when you listen to him talk. Friedkin draws you in when he talks. He literally does.
No, he was
great.
one of the greats.
Oh, well, absolutely.
Yeah, hey Tasha, hey I said hi to Jen already, but hi Jen again.
Yeah,
and yes, and Epicar. Hey Paula. And who else? Anthony came in too. What's up, Anthony? I think that's everybody. What's up, Synth? How you doing, Synth?
Yeah, I was just talking to him earlier. We connected on Instagram.
Oh, and Joe.
He ended up getting a hold of me, actually.
Cool. Nice. Yeah, no, he's great. And Joe came in. Hey, Joe. How you doing, buddy? I'm glad you got to meet your hero, Danielle Harris, at Scarefest. So, guys who are watching in the chat, you guys ready to start this exorcism and get this going?
I've got a lot of facts and a lot of different things to talk about, man. I got plenty, and I am ready with bells on. So
awesome. So let's do it. We'll do it. 3, 2, 1, go, and start on go, everybody. So 3, 2, 1, go. I'll never forget, because you know how long my reviews go and shit. So I remember when I did this film like 2.5 years ago, and it was maybe an hour dive on the film, and I was calling Father Merrin Merrill, because I always confused the fucking names. My whole life I've always confused it. And then especially when Signs came out and you got Merrill in it. So I was confusing it, and I was calling him Merrill for the first maybe 3 times I mentioned his name. And after an hour-long video, you'd think you got more to comment than just his name's Merrin, not Merrill. If someone commented that. And I said, I know. I corrected myself like halfway into the video. So I said, but that's all you could take away from an hour video, like discussing a movie, is that the name I was mispronouncing. Like, come on, give more. I
took the wrong one in. Sorry, man.
Constructive criticism. I love the way that it opens up there with the fucking sun over the desert. The sun's rising there.
I put the wrong one in. The version you've never seen, and the this classic one that I have here, which is 1973. They look a lot alike. They both got that snap case. So I have to throw one in.
I left a message to you before we went live, buddy. The theatrical one, not the
I thought that's what I was putting in, but I fucked up.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Theatrical cut. Yeah, that's the version with the Jen's asking the director's cut. Is that the one where she walks down the stairs? The crab walk.
Where you at?
I'm at 1 minute and 45 seconds. 47, 48.
We turn it down because Warner Brothers are assholes. 147.
Yeah. 157, 158, 2 minutes. 201.
Has he found the Yuzu head yet?
Yeah, he's running right now. He's running through the excavation site. The kid.
Okay, so he's God damn it.
They just found it now. They found something. You know when he says they found something, small pieces.
All right, let me get you the position head here real quick. I didn't realize I hadn't watched this edition all the time. I forgot that there's like 10 minutes of like 2 or 3 minutes of Blatty talking before it starts. This is a special edition.
Okay, that makes sense. And that might have been what Baron asked too, because I'm the wrong person to ask like transfer or like that, which if there's different cuts out there outside of the two, I don't know of it.
There's
the theatrical and the director's cut.
Well, the director's cut's actually a little different than the version you've never seen. The version you've never seen came out in 2000. That's when it's got all the imagery all over the walls and shit. But the director's cut doesn't have as many of those.
That's right. There are those 3. I've seen the 3. Okay. Outside of that, I didn't think there was any other type of cut. Because there's a difference. The extended was the one you held up, right? The one I said I have still. That DVD release, is that the one? The one you've never seen?
That's when it came out in 2000.
Yeah, that's the one I still have. Okay.
He just took his nitroglycerin. Am I close?
Yeah. I'm at he's going right through. He's using the pick right now in the cave, in the hole. He's using the pickaxe to reach. So and now he just grabbed the Pazuzu statue just now. He's got it in his hands.
All right, I was behind, and then I jumped ahead. And I'm eventually going to
get there. Which is 3 minutes and 44 seconds for anyone else watching.
Okay.
When he's
Fuck.
He just broke the rock and found the actual statue.
All right. We're on. All right.
And now we got the sun. Okay, cool.
I thought I was putting a theatrical in because, like I said, the snap case is just like the 73. Yeah. So I was like, I got this.
So that your version starts with Blatty talking for a few minutes. That's cool.
Yeah, this particular one right here. This is the special edition DVD 25th anniversary edition. And it's got a few minutes of him talking about it before it starts. I didn't realize that. I found this. I got this 50 cents at a flea market about a year and a half ago.
That might be the one I have. I got to find the one I have. I know it's it's the DVD and it has no, that's the one I have. Yeah, with the red top. That's the one you've never seen. So yeah,
that's the one. Here's a media book of it that was released several years ago. Oh, no. This is a special version that has all kinds of shit in it, a book and shit. Here's one that Walmart released. Here's a steel book.
And that picture, that picture you sent me on Instagram.
There's the Bible
artwork. That artwork you sent on Instagram was creepy as shit.
And then here's the Bible version.
I never saw that. That's actually a really cool idea.
And there's VHS. I got the Exorcist. Goddamn.
Yeah, I know you got fucking every version there is.
Well, there's a couple I'm missing, but can't ever have everything. I like the symbolism here with this guy, this one-eyed guy that looks at him. It's like he's well known around this place for being like this high-up priest. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
See, look at his face when the guy looked at him.
I love his eye.
Running around.
Yeah, I love that. I love the eye effect on the guy.
He feels
like one eye's blind. Yeah,
and they can all feel it too. That's why they're looking at him. They can feel the evil in the air. You know what I mean? He released something when he found that head.
Yeah, when he broke the chunk off. I mean, that's something I've never really even thought about. Was like, when does Pazuzu even start like trying to affect things around it? I'm guessing it's when he pulled the head out of the rock.
That's why Merrin looks like this. That's why he looks so confused. That's why they're asking him, Father, are you all right? You know what I mean? They're like, what's going on? Because he don't look like himself. He's now the clock stops. Yeah, he knows.
Yeah, he's shook. Yeah, that's right. Because that's what he feels in there.
Guys having a good night? Yeah, having a great night, man. Absolutely, absolutely.
Yep, this is gonna. We've been looking forward to this one. For sure.
He insisted on opening up in Iraq, and they were like, "No, there's no reason to do that." And he said, "No, I insist. You must open up in Iraq." He said, "That's one of the most pivotal parts of the film. You got to have them."
Oh yeah, I mean it sets up the mystery and the intrigue so well.
It does,
especially because you don't know what's going on right at first. Like when you first see the movie, you know something. They found this object. That's about as far as your mind, goes until it takes us to Regan.
Yeah. My mom went to the theater and seen this, and when she was pregnant with me.
Oh yeah, nice. So you were there technically.
Yes, I was there.
You were there. That's cool.
She had read the book. She hadn't read the book or anything yet, but a friend of hers she went with had read the book, and she was watching. My mom started watching all these scenes, and my mom was like, "Really? This book." This is what you brought me to, and I guess her friend was like, "No, just hold on."
Yeah, wait for it.
Yeah,
it's coming. I love these shots. I always have with him walking through the corridors here and the people and the lights, how it shines through.
Great, cool. You could say great set design, but no, it's just great scouting for the
scouting
for location. It's on location, yeah. It's just great scouting. That's great. Look at that wall, like that alley he's walking down there. You got that big
the architecture and like everything. Everything about the opening scene here is so well shot.
That's why it's so important, man. Owen Roisman was the cinematographer.
Oh, that's right.
He's really good.
So in this movie, the cinematography in this film is probably some of the best. That I would rank the cinematography in this movie. If we were talking best cinematography, a list of films with the best, this would be higher up on that list than it would be on like my top horror movie lists. This would be higher on just for the cinematography and the sound design. As
this had a budget
how great it is.
$11 million in 1973 for a budget was fucking huge, especially for a horror film. But because He didn't tell him he's making a horror film. He told him he was making basically a documentary based thing about the about someone's struggle with faith. And what they ended up with was they were like, "Holy shit, dude, what'd you make?"
No, he was. I remember hearing that he was real sneaky with the way he went about it, and it was great. Because I imagine pitching the entire idea and film and stuff off the bat, and pitching that movie. You know what it really was, versus trying to let's ease it in with it. Technically, I wasn't lying. It is about a priest struggling with his faith, and so
because they trusted him because he had just won an Oscar for The French Connection. So it was like, hey man, we have this Oscar winner. We trust him. They didn't know he was going to be making probably the most fucked up demonic possession film ever made.
And that's exactly what he did.
Because the most challenging they had up to this point was Rosemary's Baby, and it's so mild. You know what I mean?
No, it's so mild compared to this movie.
You hate that movie, don't you?
I don't hate it. I never use that word unless it's
right, but
useful. But I never liked it. I never liked it. I always thought it was so fucking boring, and I love slower films, slow burn horror. I love all that. I mean, Haunting of Julia. Since I found Haunting of Julia, or Full Circle, that film immediately became a masterpiece and in my top 20 films after watching it a few years ago for the first time. And that movie with Farrow. That was the TV movie. Yeah, it was, who the hell directed? I always forget the director's name. Richard something. I got to look it up now. Unless it comes to me, but I'm sure it might not right now. The Haunting of Julia, aka Full Circle, though, is a masterpiece. If anyone hasn't seen that movie, and one of the greatest scores to a film too. That score is unbelievable.
She was in a lot of creepy films around that time.
Because when was Rosemary's Baby? 67, right? So that was 10 years. Haunting of Julia. 68, 67. Right. Okay, so then almost a decade later was the Haunting of Julia. That was 77. But who directed it? I know it's like Richard Longcrane. Right, it was Richard Longcrane. I don't think he did really much else like horror wise that I know of, unless I'm just blanking. But I don't think so. But that film is just unreal.
He wanted Ellen Burstyn, man. He had Anne Bancroft on his face. He had Audrey Hepburn. They wanted Jane Fonda, but she turned it down. But Friedkin wanted Ellen Burstyn, he said, because she is so versatile. And she feels so natural. That's one thing about this film, man. It's every one of these people. This looks like where somebody lives.
Oh, yeah.
She seems like somebody's mother.
The family dynamic is so natural in this. You get more character development in the first fucking 10 minutes you spend with Regan and Chris in this movie of a bond between a mother and a daughter than you get in entire films nowadays. It's really unbelievable how much they make you care for Chris and Regan right off the bat. Like even within the first 10-15 minutes. All the characters. I mean, they have great character development for everyone in this. Karras has a huge arc, obviously. I mean, Karras' whole struggle with faith and everything to do with that character. He might be one of my favorite characters in a horror film or in a movie.
This is his story. Basically, this is his story.
Yeah, Regan is a piece of it. Just like a major piece, but a piece of it, just like Father Merrin is.
Yes.
He's kind of, Pazuzu's been part of his story too. But this overarchingly is pretty much Karras' story. And
the arc is huge for Karras, man. Throughout this, he lives with his mother. He has a struggle with faith. You know what I mean? I love the dude who played Father Dyer in this. Now, the dude who plays Father Dyer in 3 is they changed the character a little bit, but I like both of them.
No, I love 3, and I love the characters in it. And I love Kinderman, George C. Scott in 3. I mean, I love both Kindermans. But George C. Scott is great in 3. He's so funny and at times too. He's fucking hysterical.
If Lee J. Cobb hadn't died, we may have had a different Exorcist 3 because, of course, he played Kinderman in this.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting to think about. Exorcist 3,
right? Big name, you know? All horror films back in the day, they had that one big name. Him and Max von Sydow were their 2 big names.
Yeah. And Max von Sydow, I just saw the last week. I watched Shutter Island for the first time in a few years.
Yeah.
I
That's a
fucking
good
love
one, man.
It's a great movie, and actually, I was starting to do a deep dive video, recording it like a few hours ago. So that I gave it away. That's going to be the next review coming out. Is a deep dive
So
on
odd
that.
for Scorsese, you know what I mean? It's so weird for Scorsese.
It's a very unique Scorsese movie, right? It's very different than most things that he's done, but and it was marketed. It was marketed terribly. That's the thing. It was not marketed. It was marketed as a horror film, which it is not. It's like a
huge cast, dude. Huge cast.
It's like a crime noir psychological thriller. It's not a horror movie, but it's an excellent film. Jen asks, is the movie accurate to the book? I have not read the book, The Exorcist. I have it. I'm looking right at it on my shelf. I got it a year ago, and I did not read
it. I have read the book. They take a lot out of this. The masturbation scene is much different in the book. It is horrifying. It is graphic. It is explicit. It is very vulgar.
I've heard that, I think, from people who have read it. Yeah.
Oh, it is. Yeah, she talks about, oh, my lovely Sal, and all this kind of stuff. And it's very vulgar. And she also, in the book, she also has a really bad case of diarrhea. Which
Keith, I don't mean to cut you off. I can hear the music a bit, so just turn it down a little bit. Because the main theme that I don't know how they treat that shit.
Well, this is Warner Brothers, so
probably not well.
I got my one strike from Warner Brothers.
Yeah, I got 2 strikes over I've only gotten 3 over the course of the 3.5 years, and only 1 at a time until it goes away. But 2 of them were because of fucking A Clockwork Orange. 2 of them were because of that movie.
That's when I got my one.
No, that's right. That's right. You got one too. That's right. Yep.
Remember 1 second, the music going boom.
Yeah, remember we were talking about that. We were talking about that. I remember, and we got it like a week apart too.
I haven't seen that video.
I remember that. We got it a week apart because I did a cover of it. The first time I got the strike was like the first year of the channel, and I did like those quick little Tales from the Crib shorts where I would just talk while I'm watching a movie. I would just make a quick note as a short, and I forgot to turn the sound off, and the music was picked up in the background, and that was my first ever copyright strike. Then when I did a cover of it without the music playing or anything in the background, it was just me playing the keyboard. That shit got a strike. And I was like, last year. I was like, damn. Again, that's when you got yours. Was like last year or something. It was like a year ago, maybe. It was like a week after, a week before, right around when something like that. Right around when I did. It was so funny. It was the same thing because you messaged me. I remember. Said I just got fucking strike for A Clockwork Orange. I said I did too, like a week ago.
Yeah, and it was just the beginning of the song, that noise. That's it for like a second and a half. I was like, "Look, man,
it's so stupid. It's so dumb."
I'm having a hard time here. Leave me the fuck alone.
Awesome.
Everybody's taking up now.
That's awesome. Let's get some awesome commentary from Baron. The buildings in Nineveh were about 600 years old, according to Friedkin. They look it. It looks so like you were saying, Keith, earlier. This whole film, every scouting, every location, then the house, everything that they use in this movie looks so authentic.
The only thing they altered was her room. They added her room onto that house. They built it on there. That's the only thing that's made. The rest of it is just on location, man.
Yeah. Yeah, and the bedroom they built on just because they had to do a lot of stuff, around the walls for the effects and stuff with the bed. I know they used they had like something, and then they used something for the bed to both for her to levitate and for the bed when it starts shaking and stuff, and Chris jumps on it, right? Yeah,
They both her and Ellen Burstyn both suffered permanent back injuries making this.
Yeah, I knew about Ellen Burstyn. I didn't know about Linda Blair.
Well, Linda Blair, she was in a harness thing, and that part where she's flipping back and forth.
Yeah,
well, it was a thing she was strapped in, and while she was doing that, it came loose and banged against her back.
Okay.
Yeah,
shit. And that, I mean, I can definitely see it because that is one violent fucking scene. The way they did that effect with her going back and forth, that's another thing. That's like no movie on demonic possession, in my opinion, has ever even matched like that moment with just her going back and forth like that. It looks like there's
she gets
something inside of her controlling her.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like a fucking effect. And the
Right.
eyes and the bulge in her throat when she does the roar and there's that big bulge, her eyes go white. That's one of the most terrifying things. That's a favorite shot of mine in a film.
That created that. If we had her eyes turning white, we wouldn't have the Undertaker as a wrestler or anything.
Yeah,
not,
that's true.
Not the same way. You know?
Absolutely.
And yeah, man. Yeah. By the way, I'm glad you said that.
Hey, what up, Dark Rooms? Scariest film of all time. I mean, it is up there. Absolutely. It's still, it's just blows my mind still, and especially with how saturated this whole fucking subgenre became. Possession flicks. There's so many of them, and just
my brother tried to match it. It's just like,
you would think though that like with all the technological advances, all the makeup and effects and CGI and all of that something would come a little bit close, and there's still nothing that comes close to it.
Because you're lacking two things. Two very important ingredients is why you will not be able to do it. William Friedkin and William Peter Blatty. If you don't have those two, you're going to make one.
Yeah. For sure.
That's two ingredients that you must have. Absolutely. You know, at this time, Rick Baker was Dick Smith's protege at this time. And Rick Baker,
I did know that, yes.
He went and helped him a little bit to begin with. He's not listed or credited, but Rick Baker did work on the effects of this for a little while.
Nice. Yeah, I did know that he was a protege of Smith's.
And he went and helped him get you prepared and this and that and that and this, and then before he got called off to do another film, I can't remember which film it was.
Man, let me catch up on chat. I'm far behind there.
1973, he did Schlock, so that might have been one of them he went to do.
Oh, okay. Schlock, that sounds familiar. Schlock. Rosemary's Baby wasn't my cup of tea. Yeah, I never cared for it. I mean, I've given it plenty of chances in my life. I've watched that movie 5-6 times, and it's. I mean, I love Repulsion from Polanski, so it's not like a Polanski style thing. Like doesn't jive with me. It's just that movie is something about it. It's just slow. Mia Farrow's performance.
Do you like his other stuff besides Rosemary's Baby?
I've only seen Rosemary's Baby, Repulsion, and what was his other? It was like a trilogy, right? Of like mad women going mad.
The Tenant in the Apartment or something like that. The Tenant's one of them.
But yeah, I haven't seen whatever the third one is in forever. But those are the only 3 Polanski films I really ever checked out. But yeah, it was. I actually liked the prequel that we got with Jennifer Garner, Apartment 7A. Last year, I think it was, right? I liked that more than the original film because I was never. But then I watched the film after the prequel, and that was like the last time I watched Rosemary's Baby, just to go from the prequel right to the original film and see. And it did go up a little. I appreciated it more than I have in the past, but it's still boring as shit, in my opinion. It's still a slow movie.
See, if you really look into this and you really pay attention to what's happening, you're finding out her dad's not around because her parents split. All of a sudden, her dad's not around anymore. He's all doing that and whatever shit. He's in another country. Her mom is so busy making that new film. That's a big film, and she's busy a lot. And she's stuck to herself a lot. She's alone a lot, and that's what allows this to happen. She needs a friend,
and the vulnerability and the imagination.
Captain Howdy becomes that friend.
Imagination and innocence of a child, you know. That's what we always know with demons to feed off of.
Yeah, and then she hears her mom cussing about her dad.
I mean, that's a famous line.
That's the worst thing she could have been saying.
Is off to his eyes.
He just doesn't give a shit. How's that supposed to make her feel? She was screaming so loud. You know damn well she heard that shit. You got to be careful what you say. You got to. We're all guilty of it at some time. But what she does makes it sound like she probably cusses about him a lot in front of her.
Yeah.
And that's just bad. No matter how you feel, it's not good for the kid. The kid don't want to hear that.
Nah, of course.
She loves her dad. You know what I mean? She doesn't want to hear that he doesn't care about her.
Yeah, exactly.
She's 12 years old.
There's
you know?
Yep. And that's another thing that adds to all of this, because it's a 12-year-old going through all of this. And that's another thing audiences were not ready for in any way or prepared for to see in 1973. Is imagine if they did this movie, right? Same time, came out the same release date, everything. But it was like a 29, 30-year-old getting possessed at a possession case, like around that, versus this. But everything else was the same. I still think it wouldn't be the same, and it wouldn't hit as hard or scare the shit out of people as much as it did.
Almost gave up. He almost gave up finding a 12-year-old little girl. He was trying to go for someone a little older that looked younger, and he just could not find the right girl. He even thought about hiring a little person to play the 12-year-old because he was so desperate until then the Blair came in. And then
sounds like Mario Bava with Kill Baby Kill. He couldn't find the right girl to play Melissa Gropp, so he cast a boy after seeing 300, I think, child actors, girls to play the role, and none of them worked. So he just took a boy and put that blonde wig on him. When put a little bit of like makeup to make her look like gray, like a ghost, and that's it. That's all the effects on that ghost. And that's still, I think, same with this movie, and that's probably why I thought of it.
That's what I mean.
It's the equivalent for ghost films for me. Kill Baby Kill by Baba, for how they haven't, for me, matched a ghost.
Yeah.
And it's so simplistic even in that film compared to what we get here. The effects work in this is crazy compared to Kill Baby Kill, which was 5 to 7 years before. But no ghosts has creeped me out, or I think it's done as effective as since that movie. Like it's so simplistic.
Well, you know when certain things are on your side and the perfect storm is happening for you to make your film, when every time you're ready to give up on one particular thing that you wanted to do or what you wanted to, how you wanted to cast, and the next thing you know, it works for you. But like he was ready to just say, fuck it, and get a little person, and in comes Linda Blair with her mom. Her mom's in this too. Her mom plays the nurse.
I never knew that. That's interesting.
Yeah. Her mom's that one blonde-headed nurse, the middle-aged blonde-headed nurse that steps into the room. And
okay, I know. Yeah, I know exactly who you mean. I never knew that was her mom.
Yep, that's Eileen, or no, that's Eleanor Blair, I do believe.
That's a good point. Well, I guess we were saying that Baroness. I guess when we were talking about Karras earlier, Karras is basically Blatty.
That's crazy that he's the dad of fucking Michael from fucking The Lost Boys. He's also the dad of the kid from River's Edge and Near Dark.
Okay, yeah. No, for Near Dark, I don't know. I don't know the last time I ever saw River's Edge.
Little kid, man. Joshua Miller.
If Lee, if Lee J. Cobb hadn't died, he would have been an Exorcist too. I mean, if anyone wants to hear my thoughts on Exorcist, like thoughts on the Heretic, I did a video on that after I did one on the Exorcist years ago. But
me and Baron talking about doing that. We want to do it at least the full first 3. And you know, I was mentioning, hey, you know, let's do Exorcist 3, and he was like, well, oh, you mean you want to skip Exorcist 2? And I was like, well, I guess not. That would be interesting to do Exorcist 2, I think. You know, in a serious way. I would really have to work to do it. I really have to work to do that, but I think I could pull it off.
Yeah, no, it took a bit when I did it too. It took a bit of restraint to not shit all over it, because there is good ideas in there, and this is the short, condensed version of my review. If anyone wants to check it out,
great cast, man. You got a great cast.
The cast is very good. Yep. Then you have good performances by Blair, and you have good performances by pretty much most people. And there's the whole thing with the who?
Louise Fletcher that plays the psychiatrist.
Yes, the psychiatrist. Yes. I forgot the actress's name, but she does a great job. And then you have a few good ideas there, like going into their mind and syncing with the meditation, what's the word I'm looking for? Hypnotize, when they hypnotize her and they sync themselves and all that. Like, there's interesting stuff in there. And it's a very ambitious movie. Yeah, and it's an ambitious film. But it was ambitious, and it failed miserably. 98%.
It's all the locust shit and all that.
That's terrible. That's so bad, dude. All the locust stuff. And then what's his name? Yeah, James Earl Jones. Like a locust and stuff in a locust costume or some shit, right?
Yeah. That's even got a very
such
young,
a mess of.
what's her name? Dana, whatever. The one that played Kimberly in Different Strokes. She's in it.
I know who you mean. I don't know. I can't think of
She's
her
a little
last
girl
name.
in the waiting room that Reagan talks to.
Oh yeah, the one that Reagan talks to. Okay, yeah, and
That's
like
her.
says
That's her.
she has that little moment with her because she's
Yeah.
like there for some like testing too or something like that.
Yeah, she's there to be. Yeah, she's obviously
Russell's favorite
it's
3.
her. And what it is she's thinking of herself when she was a girl, like at this time. Is what it is. Is she's thinking about that.
Exactly.
So it's cool
And
little
that's what I
things like
mean. They
that.
had so many opportunities there. Yeah, they had opportunities in that film to flesh out those things and to because we already care about Reagan by that point, you know, like we've lived through the trauma literally of what happened to her and seeing it. So you had all that development there. You knew we already loved this girl, cared about her. So they didn't have to do much and with building anything else out with her. And they had so many good, like, I don't say good ideas, but like hints of good ideas but it's just a hodgepodge mess of them all throughout the movie. But Russell's favorite is Exorcist 3 because of Brad Dourif, which I can't fault that at all. I mean,
it is really good. And they did what they needed to do. He knew when he wrote a sequel to that, which is the direct sequel to the original Legion.
Yeah.
He knew when he wrote that he did not want to go here again. Like all those possession scenes, or all the exorcism scenes, they're not in the book.
Yeah, it was forced into the movie. Yeah,
they made him
forced the whole exorcism last act, and stuff with Karras and Dourif. They forced all that in there.
His version ends when Kinderman fucking it skips all that, and then he goes and he blows his fucking brains out. That's how his end. It don't have that shit.
Is that how it happened? That's interesting. Because I know it was tacked on. Because I have Legion too. I bought it when I bought The Exorcist like a year ago. I just never got around to getting them. I consider reading them.
My mom had that book too, and I remember her saying that was the sequel to The Exorcist. I was going to read it, but after reading the Blatty, fucking the original Exorcist, I'm telling you that scene is so vulgar, man.
The crucifix one.
Yes, the demon's referring to her as it's good little Sal and all kinds of shit.
Okay. Wow. Man. I mean, shit. I'm fucking shocked to this day that they were able to get away with what they did in the movie.
Right.
In that scene, right? It's like
they knew they couldn't go that far. Yeah, I mean, can you imagine Linda Blair's
absolutely. Yeah, imagine like the studios and shit. They're looking at the dailies, or they're looking at the script, and that's in there. And that's this is not happening at all. You're taking all this out.
Look how many awards you've won. You're fucking fired. Get out.
Well, it kind of reminds me of
matter of fact, you got charges on you.
How every adaptation, and I mean, good, because you don't really want to see that in the adaptation, but the part in the book, in the novel, when Beverly basically has all sex with all the guys, with all the kids, and so to bond them and stuff. And obviously, that's never made into an adaptation, or should it? Because who knows what fucking drugs King was on when he was writing that shit. Even though that is my favorite novel of all time, but that still, every time I think of that, I was like, what was he thinking? I get the idea behind it, but I don't know. It's so weird.
Hey, May. Now this hospital right here, there's a part where his mom's they put his mom in this hospital. There's a lot of mental patients around. Now remember Exorcist 3? I think this is the same hospital. I think Pazuzu's fucking with them all here. That's why they keep coming up to him as he's walking through there.
That's interesting, actually.
Yes,
I never thought about that.
That's my theory, because they're desperate for him. You know what I mean? And I think because they were talking to all of them then in Exorcist 3, why wouldn't they be doing it here?
Makes sense. Yeah, I never thought of it.
Just hadn't possessed the old people yet, like it does in Exorcist 3.
I love the thing in Exorcist 3 with the old woman on the ceiling.
Yes,
that's such a great fucking shot. That looks so cool.
Because they go for the weak-minded. You know what I mean? They go for the
exactly.
Go for
broken, the innocent, the weak-minded, the broken.
They're desperate for him, man. Pulling on his jacket. I mean, you'd think he's Elvis. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
He finally was just like, I love that real human reaction to him when he jerks away, like, damn, stop. You know what I mean? That I love how the humanity it shows in Karras. He got sick of him pulling on him. And finally, he's like, damn, enough.
Yeah.
Even though he's a priest, he still got frustrated and was like, "Let go of me." He's so vulnerable. He's so regular guy, man. He's not some holier than thou. He's not some angel of a priest. He's a real guy that doesn't know what the fuck he wants to do. Just a man.
Just the death of his mother. I mean, and this is one of, I think this is one of the, I know with every premise, I always say there can absolutely be a movie or several movies that came out years or decades earlier that had the same type of thing in there. But this movie, I think, like started that whole trope of, you know, of priests, you know, losing somebody or somebody then losing their faith because of it and struggling with it throughout a movie. Again, not to say that it's the first movie to ever do that, but I think this movie made that a trope in horror for sure. The struggling, you know, the priest struggling with his faith after a loss of some kind.
It's not shoved in your face. You know what I mean? You can see the sadness on him. You can just tell that he just doesn't know.
Yeah.
Now there's part of the director's cut where he's sitting in the bar with Father Tom. And he's telling him, "I think I lost my faith. I just don't think I can do it anymore."
That's right. I remember that.
Yeah, he tells him that, and he's like, "Well, you know, at least he's got his psychiatry, you know, to lean back on. He just hasn't really played with it yet." There's the astronaut from Ninth Figure.
I remember that. And Barron said here for filming locations, the bar scene didn't happen at the Tombs. They filmed it at Martin's Tavern. Interesting.
He's
I love hearing all the behind the scenes stuff, because despite seeing this movie so many times and holding it so high, I never looked at as deep into behind the scenes stuff as I do as I have on other films.
Me and Barron are a couple extras. We're a couple extras.
Yeah, like when it comes to like Evil Dead 2 or Day of the Dead and The Thing, Halloween, like that, I know every like behind the scene thing. That this is one for some reason I never like really dove like super deep. I know a lot of the stories that, and like you said, there's a lot of crazy shit. Like you said, just the deaths alone of the curse on this movie and everything that happened after.
Documentaries about it because there's just so much to talk about.
Yeah. Well, that's like the great thing about this movie.
He's fucking with him because he's Jewish or whatever, you know what I mean? And he naturally does not fucking like this guy.
And the look of the house. I love the look of the house.
You never bowled with Gibbles yet either, I bet. You Nazi bastard.
Yeah, I love that guy. The way that guy talks and shit is so funny.
You find people that when you get a few drinks in him, he acts like an asshole. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You find somebody to fuck with.
Ellen Burstyn is one of my favorite actresses of all time.
She is great.
I love her so much. She has always been a favorite of mine. Anything I've seen her in, and I mean, Requiem for a Dream is a top film of mine, and her performance in that is one of my favorite performances ever.
You should try to talk to her sometime and tell her who you are, because she made, like I said, that really sweet film she made with Alan Alda the same time next year.
I know. I should try to reach.
She holds that really high. She loves him. You gotta try to talk to her and tell her who you are.
I should reach out to her, right? And say that Alan's my cousin.
Because
Alan's my mom's first cousin, and we don't talk to him. We don't talk to him really like anymore. We used to have like when my mom's father, my grandfather on my mom's side, he was the uncle of Alan. He was Alan's uncle, and my great aunt was Alan's aunt. And Alan's father, Robert Older, who was in Mario Bava's House of Exorcism, the alternate cut of Lisa and the Devil, the priest in the hospital scenes, that's Robert Older, Alan's father.
Yeah.
And so he we used to have like every 10 years when the three of their birthdays would line up, Alan's, my great aunt, and my grandfather, they were 10 years apart. So it would be like 60, 70, 80. And we'd have a big like birthday party, and with Alan would come and everything, we'd have it for them. Then 70, 80, 90. And so my great aunt lived to 104.
Damn.
My grandfather died at 94.
See, Alan's quite old now. Ain't he in his 90s probably?
He's well, if my great aunt would have been 104, so he's not in his 90s. He's like 84, 85. 80, okay. It is mid 80s, coming up on 90 soon. in a
So
few
it seems
years.
like he could be, man. He's been around for a long time. That same time next year was made in like the mid to late 70s, and it was a Neil Simon play. And
Oh,
they made a
okay.
movie.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. I've never seen it, but I know what you're
It was
talking
a
about.
sweet movie, and she loves Alan, and she holds him so high on the podium, on the pole, that I think if you reached out to her and said, "Hey, I'm Alan's second cousin," she would think that was great.
Yeah, that's I never thought to reach out to her just because I always thought like it's Ellen Burstyn, you know. But then again, I
Right.
mean, I've thought that with every person I've reached out to get on, and then you never know.
She's very down to earth too. She's very down to. She's just like you see in all of her films. She's very down to earth. She's just
Oh
a
yeah,
person.
every interview I've seen of her, everything. She's such a lovable person. I love her
And
to
that's the
death.
roles she picks too. You notice she always picks these vulnerable, regular person type roles. She loves
Yep.
that.
That's why I feel like it was one of the biggest robberies ever when she lost the
Yes.
award for Requiem to Julia
Yeah.
Roberts.
That's fucking bullshit, dude.
Come on, I don't even know what fucking movie it was. I always forget that Julia Roberts was in and won
Brockovich,
the award for.
probably Aaron Brockovich.
Was it Aaron
Probably.
Brockovich? I don't care what movie it was that she was. It
That's when she
sucked
won.
compared to that movie, Requiem, and
Right.
the performance by Burstyn. I mean,
You're not
her
gonna
as
get
Sarah
a,
Goldfarb is unreal.
you're not going to get a better performance. Period.
Yeah.
You're not going to get a better.
Here's the. I got an ad. So what's your timestamp? So we're exact because she just pissed on the floor.
Father Dyer's coming in to talk to Karras. Karras's mom had just died, and Karras is drunk. So I paused it so I could wait for you.
And that's after that was after she pissed on the floor, right?
No,
that's before.
He's there right now going, "Oh, I wasn't there. I should have been there."
Okay, yeah.
And he's like, "Hey, there's nothing you could do." You know what I mean? Because they were best friends. That's one of the plot holes in this between this one and Exorcist 3. Kinderman makes it seem like him and Karras were buddies. They had just met. You know, they had actually just met. Unless there's stuff we missed, they didn't know each other that well. Him and Dyer did.
No, him and Dyer did, but they don't.
They just kind of added that
to it. Him with what's his name?
I talked to Barry one time about the time frame of this, how long from the time it starts and she goes through the possession till the end, how long it was, and he seemed to think of it like over a matter of just a couple of months, like it's sometime around Halloween time is what he said. It's because I mean, at the very beginning, you seen the kids run around their outfits. It was obviously Halloween that day, so it's between Halloween and Christmas is when it happens between Halloween.
Just want to catch up on the chat a bit. For Exorcist 2, I would have had William Shatner play Father Lamont. So when the evil has been subdued, Shatner could have pulled out a communicator and told us.
That would have been perfect for the time, too. For the time, that would have been perfect. He's doing a lot of shit. Kingdom of the Spiders, all that shit.
May, I'm so sorry. I didn't even realize May came in because I'm so behind on the chat. May, love you, May.
May and Cal showed up.
Oh, Cal, what up? I just saw him now. I'm like 8 minutes behind on chat. What are you doing, buddy? Can't wait we got Nightmare 2 tomorrow night. Me and Cal are going to be taking on Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge, the best fucking nightmare film there is. Cal agrees 1,000%. He said it to me in private many times. I say I don't like that one. It's my favorite, but he says to me, don't tell anyone. 2's the best.
That's probably the best version of Freddy as far as his viciousness goes.
Absolutely. He's the darkest ever in that movie. But
I like the first one so much, man. That's always been my favorite. To me, that's one of the most important films in horror. That The Exorcist, first Friday the 13th, because it's the first one. Halloween. Of course, you got Romero's trilogy. You got Zombie. I think probably City of the Living Dead. If I had to pick one from that trilogy,
Well, The Beyond would be I always say it's so hard for me. And they're tied for my top 10 movie is The Beyond and City, because I cannot pick between the two of them.
I've got you talking about that on part of my documentary. Just wait till you see it. It's during the Beyond. It's during the Beyond. Actually, is when I got you talking.
Cool. Yeah. Nice. I love the fucking Beyond so much.
It is good. For each film, each of the films that I'm covering, I'm talking about a particular scene. I'm talking through a scene, what the characters are doing.
Oh, okay, cool, nice. I can't wait for that, man. When's that? You have any idea when? Like a time on that for everybody? So when to expect?
I would have to say
it's better not even if you don't have one. It's better just to like you. We were talking the other night. Before Christmas?
Well, see me before Christmas. Usually people ask me, I say when it gets done, because sometimes because I don't force myself to work on it when I'm not feeling it.
That's what we were talking about the other night. Yeah, I was saying the same thing. It's just you can't force it, like whenever, because then you get burnt out. You get tired of editing. You always just want to feel that burn of passion.
Regan Evil is simply okay, and I want better than okay. I started rushing through that, and it didn't end up being my vision because I tried to hurt it. So this whole 45 minutes is going to be like that 4-minute clip.
Yeah, and you've gotten them much better and done a lot more editing and stuff since then. So
dude,
that's why I can't wait to see this.
I'm an ace editor, man. That's the one strength I've always had. You know, I got so good at editing, making all those fucking intros.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you've made a lot of intros over your time. Now we can't even play them on StreamYard without paying the $45.
I know. I can make them my clips though. The cocksuckers.
Stop lying on me. Nah, that's what you said to me in private a few times, Freddie. I know, Freddie's revenge. That's the best. That's the best. I know. I say otherwise. It's all right. I'll keep you secret. Oops. You'll have plenty of time tomorrow night to defend yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for always being here, May, because May is awesome.
Last week's
was you May in the premiere earlier for Al's Halloween special. What were you saying?
Last week's on Cal's show was really fun. Us two and
that was a great time. Yeah, and Rayleigh,
really,
right,
that was a pretty cool list. That was a good time. So yeah, I always enjoy doing stuff with you and Kyle, man. You guys are you're easygoing, you're easy along with. I've known you all 4 years.
Really is.
Issue.
It's you guys are so easy to talk to and just talk about movies, anything with. Like it's not even just that. You and me have talked about fucking probably almost every topic there is over the years.
When we get rolling on Instagram Messenger, on the direct messenger, we could go for a long time with messages. It's fucking long.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So we talk to you about lots of shit, man. It's always cool. This part here, this is the part that's got the killer. He had just murdered somebody, and they think he murdered other people too. I do believe is the thing. It's the guy with the mustache and beard. He was a killer. He was arrested.
Okay, yeah. The one that's right. They captured it on they captured the killer through the movie, right, from filming.
Yeah. This is the part the studio didn't understand why he wanted to do this part here with her getting these testing. He said because people can't stand to watch people get shots and stuff like that. He wanted to make people cringe. And
the test is so fucking cringy. Exactly.
This is the part that actually made people fall up, not the possession part.
That was the scene that stuck with me the most when I first saw it, and that grossed me out the most was the tracheotomy.
Because it's real,
that they do to her, or whatever it's called, when they fuck with her windpipe and the blood starts squirting out and shit. What's that called?
I can't remember. But
I always forget the name of it.
They end up doing a
tracheotomy, like I said, but it's something.
Yeah. They end up doing a spinal tap and everything. One I've heard spinal taps are horrible. A friend of mine had spinal tap, and when he was like 16, and he said it was horrible.
I can imagine. I mean, I can't imagine, but I would imagine that it would fucking be bad. They're tapping your spine.
Well, they're getting the fluid out of it. They're taking some of the fluid out of it. Yep.
Yeah.
And fuck, man. A needle in your spine? Holy shit. Of course, they do the same thing when they give like epidurals and shit too. Yeah. They have to stick in your spine so it goes all the way through because your spine leads to everything. It leads right into your brain.
It goes right to your brain, yeah. I mean, that's why they do a lot of injections to the spine.
That's why drugs settle in your spine, especially LSD and strychnine, which is what they ended up putting in acid when LSD wasn't regular anymore.
I know what you mean. Yep, they were doing that for a while. There was that one fucking person that was like fucking making all the LSD in the country for like years. You know what I'm talking about? I forget the name, but it was like 80% or more of the LSD that was being made in the country in like the late 90s, early 2000s were coming from the same. I think they were brothers, maybe, but one source, like basically for like 80-90% of it.
That's if they shut down Ball State, because Ball State and Muncie here in Indiana, Ball State was coming up with a lot of it in the early 90s. And they finally caught them and shut down that whole program. They've been sending out sheets, man.
Yeah, it was wild. I can imagine them. But
I
then
love
I think what
when the doctors fucking show up and she knocks the shit out of him, he's laying on the floor like, wow. He gets all right now, bam.
I need a timestamp because I got an ad and then I got all thrown off here while trying to flip because your version's different.
50 minutes.
50 minutes.
Yeah. Well, the one that I have in now is the 1973. So,
okay.
It's just I don't have ads. So, when you get an ad, let me know and I'll pause it and wait for you.
Yeah, we'll do that. That works. Because no, my controller's fucking like dead right now, so I'm turning up my PS5 controller, and the Y is over there, so I got to turn it on and then like go through a minute, and then it shuts off, and then I got to turn it on again.
Batteries are a horrible idea, aren't they? It's like whoever come on, man.
I know.
That is a sucker. If it's in the middle of the night and your batteries go out and you have to have it to control something, you're just screwed till morning.
Yeah, I mean, at least on Xbox, they still have they still have batteries you could put in. The PS5 controller is just plug in. There's no batteries to put in them, so you have to have you have to have it plugged into the system to charge it.
So if you can't find your cord and your batteries just went out, you're just like sitting there watching whatever's on.
Yeah, basically.
Like, man.
I mean, you could keep power, like just put the power on and then it'll turn on for a second, just enough to like browse, and that's what I was just doing now. To browse, and then it'll shut off again and power off, and then just turn it on.
The Xbox controller won't do that though. The Xbox controller, when those batteries die, they're dead.
Yeah, that's true. That is
true. PlayStation, you can move a couple spots, but Xbox, no.
No, that's because the battery.
Because it's actually double A's.
I went through so many AA batteries with Xbox controllers.
Oh god damn, dude!
It's insane.
They go through a couple of energizers in a couple of weeks, for Christ's sake.
Yeah. They take a lot of battery power. At least that. I don't know about the Series S because I don't play it that much since it came out. I got it basically just because I got a PS5 and I wanted to keep up my Xbox backlog because I have like 200 games. So I was like, all right, I'll get an Xbox Series S and not spring for the X because I knew I wasn't going to play it much.
Right. Hey,
so Hey, what's up, Scout?
Oh, I never knew what his name was. Okay, so Scott. All right, hey Scott, what's going on? Oh, Shermo Scott. Okay, so I thought Scott was his last name.
I call him either Shamarlos or Scott, mostly Scott, whatever comes to my mind, just like any other instance.
Call him Jim.
Or any other name.
I'll call him Shim. Look at, hey Shim.
Can't do religious horror, Paula? No. Is that like one of your kryptonites? Like those, like one of the ones that just too much for you? We all have our kryptonite movies and topics.
Oh, they got some good horror porn out there, actually.
Yeah.
Still got your ad?
No, you can start that shit.
Oh,
fuck. I said I had an ad. I didn't have one now. I said I had one and then it stopped, and that's why it's fucked up. I don't know, because you just play where are you at right now? This is what we'll do. Ask where are you at right now?
When she got done doing the thing in the bed, well, she just got that thing in her throat and the eyes turned white.
Okay.
Keep away. This cell is mine.
Okay, perfect. That's actually like right there, actually.
Fuck me. Yeah.
That too, to have her saying that.
Right.
That's what I mean earlier. Like if it was a 30-year-old being possessed back in the same movie back in 73, you wouldn't have that shock value and that fear and terror there.
She says every line in this. Every line she says.
Yep.
They just went over it with Mercedes.
There was no overdubs for her, right? Except for like the demonic voice, and like the layered voices.
Janet Leigh was going to let Jamie Lee Curtis do this because she was around the right age until she seen the script and she was like, "Nope, you're not doing it."
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Actually, I think I have heard that before. I think I did hear that. But
she thought about it in the script. She was like, well, maybe not. But yeah,
I don't blame Janet.
Regan in the book has really bad diarrhea. I guess it's,
that's another like demonic possession symptom, I guess, huh?
Yep. For this anyway. That fucker went just full out, man. William Peter Blatty's got mental problems, man, because he took from that story and he thought it'd be more effective to have a little girl rather than a boy being possessed like what really happened. And he's right. It's much more effective with a girl. It wouldn't be nearly as effective with a boy.
Yeah, nah.
Because the violation is so much worse when you got a little girl,
Exactly. Like you said, there's so many perfect storm moments that made this whole film up. Like so many, it's so much bigger than the sum of its parts too. I mean, just and that's taken into account that all the parts are perfect. And then the sum of all those perfect parts, it's still bigger than that.
Yeah.
It's really probably one of the most important films ever made.
Oh, absolutely!
The top five.
It's one of the best made films of all time too. I would say, as far as the full film goes, you have to put it toward the top. You have to,
for sure.
But
just like its legacy on film and its impact, it would be top 5 most influential films. I think King Kong would be another one. The original King Kong. Another one. I mentioned that in my review of that movie. I thought that that would be up there if I were to do like a ranking of most influential movies. Yeah, King Kong would be up there. This film would definitely be a top 5.
Yeah. See, like this thing that's spinning and going around her, what she's doing doesn't hurt. She's just being possessed, because a lot of people say, well, why is she acting like that hurt, man? That stuff doesn't hurt. That's inaccurate.
Yeah.
She's being possessed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
All the stuff they're doing to her,
the whole process, I'm sure, hurts like a bitch. I'm sure there's no comfortable moments being possessed by Pazuzu or the demon.
And all this shit they're doing to her, all this medicine they're giving her, all these procedures they're giving her, just making her weaker.
That too. Yeah, good point.
And to the point where she can't fight off the demon. She's too weak, too drugged up.
Yep. That surgery.
Pazuzu's like, cool, thanks for the help.
Yeah, basically. Thanks for speeding the process along.
Right.
Baron said, watch it during the crucifix scene when the bureau moves towards Chris. Watch for Carl's shoe by the edge of the bed. Actually, I've noticed that error before.
Yeah.
I think someone pointed it out to me.
Well, that was a bigger scene to begin with. She knocked him to the ground, so he's supposed to be on the ground. Carl is, because she knocked him on the ground. And that's why he's down there. They just chopped up that part. They just edited that part of the first part.
And you caught his foot in there. Yeah.
For some reason, they took out where she knocked him down. Because he's the one that gives her back the crucifix. He's the one that takes it back up to her because he's
that's
really
right. Yeah.
He wants her to have it. That's how she ended up with it again. Just like
because Chris asked when she asked who put the crucifix in the room, and she asked what's her name? The helper, the maid or whatever her name. I forget her name. Really? Yeah. She asked her, and then she asked the other one too. Both of them. Did you put the crucifix in the room? May.
Carl doesn't say much. He kind of denies, but he doesn't say no. I didn't.
Yeah.
Willie and everybody else is like, no, I didn't put. That's the way it's when Willie says it. But he's just kind of like, oh well.
Doesn't he just say, not me, madam, or something like that? Something like that. I think he's like, not I. Like, May, you're watching?
He whispers some shit. Yes.
First time seeing this movie, you peed yourself. Almost peed yourself of fear. I don't blame
you. Horrifying. It's horrifying. This movie so fucks me up. Man.
Russell said they drove around Hollywood with the dummy with the twisting head. Imagine people's faces. That's funny.
Dude, that picture I sent you earlier.
It would have been fantastic. Which one?
That picture is that one that I sent you earlier. That is,
that's fucking terrifying, dude. What is that from? Where did you find that art?
I just went to Google and typed it up. I typed up the Exorcist 1973 fan art.
That's pretty scary.
That's a awesome fucking picture. All the pictures I put up there, that's what I do. I go to Google, I type in the name of the film, the year it came out, and I type in fan art. And you end up with a lot of good pictures. All the pictures I put up, that's where I find. That's my secret.
That looks really
That's
cool.
my secret. The pictures I find. Now you know.
There you go. No, that's a cool fucking picture. It was really creepy looking. But yeah,
what are two reasons why Burke went up to her room? Either she hollered and said, "Burke, I need your help," or what? If that didn't happen, what the hell was he doing up there?
Yeah, I think something got him up there. I'm guessing she called, Pazuzu called out to him or made a noise, something to get him up there.
Or just use her.
Or he was just
come here,
Or maybe he was just he just went up to look around.
Yeah. Why? That confuses me. What are you doing, Burke? You drunk motherfucker. I mean, who knows what Blatty was thinking there? I don't remember if there's anything about the book. I read the book like 30 years ago.
I was just going to ask that. I was just going to ask if you remember if in the book if it elaborates.
Baron might know, but hey, Eric, what's going on, man? Hey, Stacy, what's going
Eric? And Stacy, how you guys doing?
I love she grabs this prick's nuts. He's such an idiot. He's so fucking smug. This psychiatrist dude.
Oh, the one who hypnotizes her.
Yes, this motherfucker. You can just tell the way he's walking. Like he thinks this shit don't stink.
That's why he gets his balls grabbed, right? Is it him or is he the one next to him? He gets his balls grabbed, right?
Yeah. I bet he doesn't come to see her and hypnotize her anymore.
No. That's he threw away. He's fucking retired after this. He said, "I'm not hypnotizing anyone ever again."
I made enough money. I'm done. This goes scarring the rest of his life because I bet she calls damage, man.
Yeah. With the grip, I'm sure. I mean, Pazuzu probably fucking let loose on those muscles, squeeze that shit real tight.
Because the way she looks at him is like, motherfucker, how dare you fucking hypnotize her and make me come out when I want to come out.
And I like how he has like that proud moment, right, where he thinks like he's doing a good job and he's reaching to, and like we're saying, am I speaking to Regan now? If you're there, you're also hypnotized. He's cocky a bit about it. Like I got this. It's just anything else, just like any other hypnosis session. And then the book falls off. Then like something's happened to this fucker. He don't know what's happening to him though.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, her picture tumbles off the top of the fireplace.
Yeah. It just happened. That's weird. So now we're like almost perfectly synced up. It always happens like that.
Yeah. So she's in love with you.
There's the ball crutch right there.
Yeah. He just like, oh my God, get off my ball.
That's a great shot too. I love that shot too. When he pulls her off of him, and the arms are outstretched, she's screaming. That's a great shot.
That's a crucifixion scene.
Yeah.
The way she's pulled out like that. Yep. That's
like crucified.
Yep.
That's crazy.
I think it's done on purpose. Yeah, I'm not sure. I've never heard anybody talk about it.
I think that was definitely purposeful symbolism there. Stacy said to Cal, I went to the next stream. I enjoy you doing the discussion of the movies in particular years. Yeah, that's a series he started recently. So Cal, I'm sure you answered maybe in the chat, but if not, let us know when the next episode is going to be of Through the Years. The new Dick Smith book has photos of Carl on the floor. It has some great pics of the makeups. Nice.
Yeah. I'm glad they went with this kind of makeup where she had done it herself. She colored her face. They went with that rather than her looking, making her all look demonic, because she's kind of like a witch when they did that. They look more like a witch.
Of like too much like the makeup, the layers, I guess, being too much. Yeah.
So instead, I remember whose idea it was, but somebody's idea made it to where it was shit that she inflicted on herself. I don't remember I think Blatty had that too, but they wasn't sure how they wanted to do it. So that's why they hired Dick Smith. And Dick Smith thought he'd done a good job several times. And there was Friedkin. Friedkin turned him down. Friedkin made an enemy out of what's his name? Who did the music for Psycho?
Bernard Herrmann.
There was him, and there was 3 other people that came in that he lost friendships with because he didn't like their music. He ended up picking out the music that was going to be there. That's when he went with Tubular Bells and decided to mix animals together for the noises. But he made enemies of a couple of friends with that. It's like, how dare one of them was like, how dare you fire me? Because he had a real loud music going on at the beginning, the Iraq scene and shit. And he didn't like it. Friedkin was not a shy man. If he didn't like something, he'd tell you, no matter who the fuck you were.
Well, that's why he had the reputation that he did. I mean, but there's a lot of directors have that reputation. I mean, look at Joe Zito. He had more of a reputation, I think, of being a complete prick, like for the he was making. And then you have Kubrick. I mean, is just the way alone that he treated Duvall for The Shining alone.
He felt that was necessary. He wanted to pull that out of him.
Well, yeah, I get it. Of course, I get it. I know the method to the madness.
He didn't realize he's going to scar her for life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Like he could. I don't think he purposely tried to make her like a basket case and break her down like that. He was just trying to, like you said, try to get the best performance out, which a lot of good directors can do. I just think that he was never that kind of director that versus like say like Sidney Lumet, who was known for being like a director who always because he was an actor briefly, so he had the actor mind state, so he could relate to his actors and be able to direct them a lot more efficiently. David Lynch was great with working with his actors too. I mean, Kubrick was a genius either way, but he could.
I love the way directors work. There's no two of them the same. Some hire actors specifically because he likes what they bring. He doesn't want to change it. Other directors want to get people in there because they like what they've done. However, they want to direct them. Some directors don't believe that you should have to direct the actors. They should just know what they're doing. Others feel like it's their job to direct them and tell them to do. It just depends.
Yeah, it's just like an actor. There's different methods that work differently for everyone. There's method acting that works for a lot of them. Some don't like that. Some like improvising a lot. Some like sticking right to the script, practicing, rehearsing it a million times in the mirror and getting every line exact and every cadence. I mean, everything's different for everyone.
That's why Nicholson, he gets a lot of shit for his performance in The Shining, like he overacted. That's because every scene that Kubrick used practically was ones that was like the 50th and 60th and 70th take. But by the time it got there, he was fucking going nuts. Man.
Who wouldn't be nuts? Yeah, who wouldn't be nuts after all that shit?
That's why it seems
Stanley, this is the 90th take now. I'm ready to actually take this axe and start killing people.
It wasn't nothing for him to do 3 fucking takes. It wasn't nothing. That was a regular thing for Kubrick.
Eric saw this at a midnight showing on the big screen once. So, yeah, I can imagine. That sounds like a blast, especially for a late night.
I've never seen it on the big screen. I was there.
I never have either. You were technically there. You were there in your mother, but you didn't. Not to see it on the screen. I would love to see this movie on the big screen. Never got a chance to. I probably could easily. I mean, they have a few theaters around here, and one like 20 minutes from me that I went a few times to. Then saw like a double feature, 35 millimeter print. One was Texas Chainsaw 2 and 3 back to back, and one was Blood Rage and Black Christmas.
That's cool as hell.
Yeah, that was a great experience. I mean, just seeing Blood Rage, both of them on screen, but to see Blood Rage on screen, like in a theater, that was great.
Surprising. That's surprising, man. I mean, most people don't even know what that movie is, let alone have it on the theater.
Yeah, they play a lot of more obscure horror movies and stuff. Like it's a cool theater with that. It's like it's in Huntington. It's like 15 minutes from me.
We got a little theater here in this little town that I live in that like 3 or 4 Halloweens ago, every weekend throughout October, they brought the original Halloween to the theater. They brought Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They brought Nightmare on Elm Street. Nice. And each weekend they play a different one. So I never got to see the first Nightmare on Elm Street at the theater. I never got to see Halloween at the theater. I never got to see Texas Chainsaw at the theater. So it was great to be able to see those finally.
Oh yeah, I'm waiting for like them to that theater. I got to check like their lineup. I should have been doing that early this month because this month they probably did show some really cool things. But as soon as I could see like a Fulci or Argento classic on a 35 millimeter print at a theater, I'm there.
Hell yeah.
Or Bava. I mean, I don't know if that theater ever played a Bava film or something. But like if they would play Black Sunday or Bay of Blood or like anything like that, I'd instantly go. Just I don't even care what the second film would be in the double feature. just for one of those alone, or any classic Fulci or any Argento, Martino.
This doctor's tell her all about, you know, basically taking her daughter to a witch doctor, the way she puts it. That guy that plays that doctor played was in the Stepford Wives. He was Catherine Ross's son.
Okay.
Stepford Wives. I love that show, man. I wish people.
I never got into it. I've seen it. I've seen like an episode too.
Part, man. One Paula Prentice's part when she finds out Paula Prentice has become one of the Stepford Wives. And she's doing it. She's moving like a real robot and shit. She stabs her. She doesn't bleed. Yeah. And she malfunctions. That's a creepy part, man. I love Stepford Wives.
Yeah, I never got into that. So I don't even want to say I'll check it out anymore because I got so much shit up to check out that I'll never get to at any time. But what if I see it on the rare occasion I'm browsing TV and it's there? Maybe I'll stop on an episode. They expanded the Burke moment of him coming up the stairs in the TV miniseries script, not the Fox series, the Blatty. That's right. There was a series that Blatty wanted that never happened, right? What Baron just mentioned.
Maybe, yeah. Well, hey, if Baron's, I would imagine.
I guarantee it, yeah. And then people were mentioning the Exorcist series. I never watched the series.
I watched most of the first season, and something happened, and I ended up missing all the rest of it. Right when
Eric
we were
was saying it's pretty good.
Right when we were finding out that she was Regan or whatever is when I stopped being able to see it, and I never caught. I never caught like.
I think I might have thrown on the first episode once back then, and then just never watched it or cared to continue in any way. But to hear that, I heard some good things over the years, but you don't hear it talked about much anymore. But good to hear that some people did like it.
I love Willie J. Cobb and
did it, Jen?
And George C. Scott do it.
Look movie seems to have the director's or the either the director's cut or the one that you that you haven't seen before or whatever, because Jen's watching it on there and it has the crab walk scene on Look Movie. So apparently that's one of those versions.
Oh yeah, man. We love Mario Bava and all those Italian crazies. We introduced Fulci to you, remember?
That was 8 minutes ago. So we're at like 1:10:36-ish.
Me and you both is the ones that brought Fulci to Mayhem. Right at the same time.
A lot of crazy movies we both brought to her. We've applauded the shit out of May. Poor May when she found our channel. We were throwing. I remember I did a Absurd by D'Amato.
We give her crash course.
It's a mystery stream. Yeah. That was when you were doing that's when you were doing Fulci stream, going through his films, I think, right? Doing the streams, and I was doing.
It was that summer when I was doing. Remember, I called it the 3 months of Italian / giallo horror.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
I've been doing Fulci, and she got right when I was doing the Gates of Hell trilogy.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, because I remember it being Fulci, and I was doing Joe D'Amato's Absurd. I did, and then I did another crazy ass movie, and then we just put like the craziest picks ever for May. She's probably looking at both of us like, "What the fuck movies are these?"
This scene is so tense, man, because he's getting at here. At first, it's all nice and shit, and he's real slick. He's kissing her ass. He wants her autograph. He says he's a big fan. What he's doing slowly but surely is telling her that he suspects her daughter of killing Denny's.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I love this scene. The whole way the way they both act, the way they play off each other, and that subtlety to him.
You can see her slowly getting very uncomfortable and very worried. She wants him to leave so fucking bad. I mean, look at her face. She's such a great actress, man. She looks so concerned because that's her daughter. That's her baby.
Yep, you see it like you said, right on her eyes, her face, everything.
Oh yeah,
and it's just like you see her starting to put it together, what he's hinting at, And he's not coming out and saying it, but it's like, excuse me, like, what the fuck you think you're saying about my daughter, accusing her of?
Because he's slick. He's a slick motherfucker, man. He's been doing this for a long time, and she's finding out slowly that he suspects her little girl of killing Dane.
Nice, Russell. Yeah.
About the head being turned around, all this, and she's like, well, she couldn't have, blah, blah, she couldn't have done that, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, maybe. It's like, you motherfucker.
Yeah, he's almost like Columboing it. He's kind of Columboing it, right?
I love Columbo.
just without leaving the room. He's just straight up Columboing her. Oh, well, this, but the one thing, I can't, why is it?
The one thing I just can't figure out is how, and he's doing all, the only thing that he's missing is the lost look on his face and the trench coat.
Yep. What is that comment? Oh yeah, Russell just put a silver shamrock fashion, 4 more days till Halloween. Yeah, silver shamrock.
He was great in 12 Angry Men too. I do it's called 12 Angry Men. It's when he plays a juror. It's an old black and white film. It's a really good old black and white film.
Interesting. Glad he expanded the moment that Burke went up the stairs to check on Regan in the teleplay for the series. The one that never, not the Fox one, but the one that he mentioned earlier that never got made. That's cool.
So why does he go up there? Did you find that out? Because
does it mention that, or like any more, like, is there any other type of hint in that teleplay?
We do Italian horror all the time. I'm right in the middle of making a it's going to be about 40-minute Lucio Fulci documentary. I have a clip of my like a sample, like a 4-minute sample up on my channel right now of what you guys are going to get. So if you want to go check it out.
Yeah, definitely check it out, guys. It's like 4 or 5 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, it's like 4 or 5, something like that.
Yeah, it's a great little teaser for what's to come, the main course. So definitely check that out if you're a Fulci fan. May's on board with Silver Shamrock. Stacey, I don't know what. Stacey agrees with me. I don't know on what. So I'm just going to say thanks for agreeing with everything that I've said. Since I don't know what you're talking, which specific thing you agree with. This is Halloween.
May says, watch my favorite giallo with JT Tenebrae and my weirdest with Gore, New York Ripper. The foot chick.
Yeah, that scene is so fucking weird. I just watched that with Chris. I almost said Keith, with Chris like a few months back. I did New York Ripper. He joined me for that. And we were saying how weird that fucking scene is. It's so strange.
Yeah.
I love Blood Rage and Black Christmas is my favorite.
That's my favorite Argento, Jen, is Phenomena. That's the first one I've seen, and that's just my favorite. It's not his best one, but it's my favorite. And I think because that's what brought me to Italian cinema.
Oh, dude, Tenebrae is a masterpiece. That film. Everything that Argento did, from the Berber to Crystal Plumage to opera. Yep, exactly. My man always knows.
That was like 10 or 11 straight fucking films. Perfect Italian cinema. Now, he definitely had a streak, but no, I don't think it was as monumental a task and feat that it was for Argento. I mean, even Bava, who I hold arguably higher than the two of them, Argento and Fulci, and I never made a bad movie. Bava, I don't think he had a stretch of film. Those first 8 movies or so, 8 or 9 movies, I think it is. I think it's 8. But you can even add in Trauma and 2 Evil Eyes and extend it through 2 Evil Eyes and Trauma. They're not on the same level. They're masterpiece movies, but I love Trauma and I love Evil Eyes. Yeah, the best one. Well, the first one, the one that George Romero makes, is my favorite. I think it's because it's got Adrian Barbeau in it. I love Adrian Barbeau. So.
Yeah. Adrian's great. I love Adrian Barbeau. I just love her. My favorite performance by her is Creepshow. Creepshow is my favorite performance from her. Yeah.
You're such a little kid. Yeah. I swear you are.
Yep. Oh, she's so funny. And she was very versatile. She was a great actress.
That's my favorite role.
She's still alive. I'm saying it like she was, like she's not with us. She's still alive. I don't know. I was saying she was a great actress. She always has.
No good and no good.
Yeah, agreed, Stacey. About lamenting those actor directors. Love New York Ripper. Yeah, it's a great one.
And no good and bad. Fucking bitch. He's a. There you go, Billy. They were also happy. Like, it starts out with her annoying all these fucking people.
Oh, here's the
oh my god.
Here's the crazy scene.
Oh, well, yeah. This is a great conversation between Karras and Chris on this bridge when he's slowly finding out that she's whipping something on him that, since his faith was shook, that he didn't think was possible.
I love how she's dressed here too. Just to hide how exhausted and terrified she is, and everything that she's been going through with the thing all wrapped around her hair, and then she has the jacket up, the glasses, thick glasses. Like, you don't want to be seen or anything. Man. Yeah, she's trying to just hide. Yep, she's trying to hide from the world too.
He's thinking possibly there's no God. He's thinking possibly there is no God. That's why his faith is shook. He's finding out from her that I'll be damned if there's a Satan, so there must be a God. Oh, this is when he finds out that, holy shit, there is a God.
Yeah, this is ultimately, I mean, if he didn't die, like, or get possessed, I should say, because of Legion and everything, but like, if he lived through this, like, in the conventional way, you know what I mean? Like, he walked away from this too when things were resolved without, with Karras just being Karras afterwards, he would have been 100% restored right back to fucking faith immediately upon Pazuzu leaving his body. Are you serious? I saw any of that shit live in front of my face, I'd be an instant believer. I'd be atoning immediately for all my past sins. Please, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry to believe in you.
Zombie is my favorite all-time zombie film. It didn't used to be, but it has grown to where it is my favorite zombie film.
Oh, it's a definite top 5 for me, for sure. Brain Dead, or Dead Alive, Brain Dead is my favorite zombie movie. On a technicality, Day of the Dead is like my favorite traditional zombie movie.
It's aged. We're talking the best of any zombie movie ever made. It's aged the best.
Oh yeah, I think so. Yeah, it really has. And then just the effects. It's just scary how great they are. Wow. But Dead Alive, the effects in that there are so many effects in Dead Alive. And Peter Jackson did not waste a fucking cent of that budget. Everything, I forget how much the budget was for Dead Alive, Brain Dead. But he made every single penny of that budget go to where it was supposed to, because damn, man, the effects work and the amount of effects in Dead Alive is just mind-blowing to me. And we're going to be watching that on what do I have that scheduled for, the 29th? Yeah, the 29th. Cool. Matt,
I'm not surprised. Yeah, I'm not surprised at all. Well, I'll ask you later. There's a couple of movies that I want to ask you your opinion on, but it gets off topic too much, so I'll wait.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool.
But I'm curious. I'm always curious about your opinion on films, because I respect your takes. So
yeah, no, likewise. I always love. That's why I can talk to you about any type of film, anything. Love Phenomena. Phenomena is another great one. That's a big one up there on your list, Keith. I know you love Phenomena too.
That's my favorite Argento, and I think it's because of nostalgia.
And like Daria Nicolodi.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, nostalgia plays such a major part in all of our taste. A lot of our favorites may not be that particular filmmaker's best one, but it's our favorite because of nostalgia.
Absolutely. That's why I always tend to go and cheats to list or go on longer than the normal person would, because I there's a difference between favorite and not best, but like top, or what you think is a better made film by a director or a better made film in general versus favorites. So that distinction I feel always has to be made in some way, and a lot of people that have channels, that like reviewers in general, they don't make that distinction as much as it should be made between favorites and what you think is a better made film.
Yeah, like Devil's Rejects. Devil's Rejects is a better made film than Corpses, but Corpses I like a lot more.
Absolutely, I agree 100% with both of those. Both of those opinions. That's how I feel too. House is my favorite, and Devil.
Yeah,
but House has just always been my favorite zombie film since I first saw it.
Absolutely. But you can tell just by watching that Rejects is the better movie. But I enjoy Corpses much more.
Oh yeah,
it is. Now, how could he walk into this room and not see that this fucking person is possessed? For Christ's sakes. It's the second I stepped in and seen her,
I know,
I knew I was going to that. It's like she ain't got no mental problems, motherfucker. She got the fucking Pazuzu up in her.
Yeah, I know. It's like that's one thing. Yeah, it's people when people see shit in front of them, they still can't believe it and still want to deny it. You know, if it goes against everything that they believe or they might not believe.
Yeah. He thinks she could be so mentally disturbed, it makes her look like this.
And she's like, I know. That's if there was any criticism I can give this movie, it would be like little shit like that, little stuff. Yeah. But it's not. It's so little that it's just like it's something like we would do like now on our collective, probably hundreds of watches of this movie. That you're looking for any new thing to say. You know, at this point, you know, combined how many times we both probably have seen this. But like on the first 10 watches, even no one's critiquing that in any way.
Yeah. It's like you don't get no more possessed than she is. I mean, that's just the way it goes. And she is as possessed as you can get.
The swords, the cuts on her face, her whole face looks fucking different. Possessed. Like I don't know why he's like still skeptical.
If there's a scale of 1 to 10, she's 12. You know, it's like. And I think the reason he's doubting that and thinks it's just a mental thing and she just injured herself and she's not possessed is because his faith is lost.
Well, but he's that's definitely the reason. But even if my faith, I never really had any stuff. God. But if I was looking at that, I'd be like repenting right then and there. I'm so sorry. Like I said earlier, forgive. And then the great pea soup.
But did she look on his face when he started doing the voices and when she mentioned his mother? Because he's thinking, how the fuck would she know anything about that?
That alone, that too. That's another thing that was just cemented for me. It's like there's no way she's mentally ill. She was knowing and saying all these things.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. He
asked her. He was like, he's like her about his mother. He's like, well, was your word?
Did Regan know anything, right?
He's
or
like,
something like that.
Yeah, he's like, did Regan know? And she's like, no, why would she?
Yeah.
How could she? She doesn't, the kid.
There would be no way for her to know, unless it was, unless she like read it, read of it in a paper, in the obituary. If she saw it in the newspaper, that would be the only way that a kid would have saw that back then, unless someone told her.
There wasn't no social media, so she would have had to have her face shoved in this paper looking for that.
Oh yeah, exactly. So I mean, the chances are so slim they're almost non-existent that it's anything other than her being possessed, than that she knows these things. It's gross, but I love it. May says, Dead Alive. She said, May adores Dead Alive. It's gross, but she loves it. Yeah, that pudding scene. It gets me.
Society, like Society. That's really gross.
Yeah. Oh, I love Society so much. It was such a joy being able to talk with Brian Usna and the director of that and everything and so many other movies.
I didn't know
that. That's right. That was like when you were, you had a little break for a bit and you were just doing like some guest things here and there, and you were working hard on your fault. You think, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, something like that. I had Usna on. We talked all Reanimator. We talked From Beyond, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, a lot of Stuart Gordon talk, obviously, with his great friendship with that, and the Dentist films. Yeah, I know, right? 2 minutes, Stuart's gone. I've thought the same thing because I've had at this point, it's been the anniversary of Reanimator, 40-year anniversary of Reanimator, and I've had on almost everyone in that family except for the actors. I've been trying to get Crampton forever. She's a dream get for me, and Jeffrey Combs. Just as much, pretty much. And I mean, I would love to talk with Bruce Abbott too, right? That's his name, right? Yeah, Bruce Abbott, who plays Dan Kane. But the two of them, because I've had Charles Band, I've had Richard Band, I've had Brian Usna. So it's like, all right, let's like come on, Barbara, get on here. Barbara, if you happen to see this for some reason, because I know you do see some stuff on Instagram now and then because you've liked him. So it's about time.
that was subtly one of the creepiest parts of this film. When Kinderman's sitting out in the car and he looks up and you can see her go across the window. She's supposed to be strapped down, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And she's moving across the window.
It's
She's
so
not walking.
subtle.
You can
It's
tell
very
she's gliding.
subtle.
You can tell she's not walking. She's gliding. Like her feet aren't touching the floor.
Yeah.
You can just tell. She looks like she's on like she's rolling, like she's down something that's rolling. Because you can tell when somebody's walking because they do this shit. She did this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. She's not moving like a fucking normal human being would be walking.
She's not supposed to move at all. She's supposed to be tied down to that bed.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, what the fuck? He's like, well, he didn't realize she's strapped down. He just realized that.
I love the reaction though, like you said, on his face. Yeah,
people don't walk. They don't look like that when they walk. Yeah. So he's like, what the fuck? Toward the end, I got something else that me and Baron talked about. It's really cool that I didn't know until like a year or two ago.
All right, cool.
She's playing games right now.
Live. Well, I'm doing the watch at 3 p.m. on the 29th, Jen.
Did you do that?
We're gonna be watching Dead Alive.
Do it again in time. No, do it again in time.
May, if you want to join me, let me know. May for Dead Alive. That'll be fun. And thank you, May, for dropping the link.
Now this leans toward him thinking that she's faking it because it's not. That water is not blessed, and he's holy water, just water.
Which I always wondered if it's fucking like what. Yeah, that's right. That's what I always came to the conclusion of. That I guess it doesn't affect them to the, to a point that like it really bothers the demon.
Yeah, and that wouldn't anyway because it's not blessed. That's just water he got out of the tap.
That's what I mean. So like, why she reacts to it? She's just messing around with him and fucking with his mind.
She wants him to think, kind of like Conjuring 2. She wants him to think that maybe this possession is bullshit. That she's just faking it.
And it's playing again on his knowing that he's struggling with his beliefs and faith and everything like that. So it's anything, that's an interesting way of looking at it and thinking about this whole scene, because I always think about that of why she looks afraid when he brings the holy water out. And she's, what's that? I said, oh, it burns and all that. But then you find out it's not really holy water. So why react to it? And it makes more sense like that it's just to fuck with his mind, knowing that he's already a pretty easy target. And we see him snap.
His faith is already taken.
Yeah, and we see him snap in the exorcism scene, and he has to recuse himself and leave.
He's weak.
With the great scene, you're not my mother.
Yeah,
and they kick him out and says, Damien, leave.
Well, and this thing is so fucking powerful that even if it was blessed, it wouldn't have made that big of an effect on
That's what I was saying when you first brought it up. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah, like if it was blessed, like would it be able to resist it, or like it doesn't bother it that much? Like I don't know the rules.
But he's so green and so lacking in faith that he doesn't know any of this shit.
Yeah.
Plus, he's green. He ain't been a priest and shit all that long. He spent more time learning how to be a psychiatrist than he hasn't been being a priest. Probably why his faith is shaken. That and bad things.
Because then he started, and that's another thing that I've heard brought up many times about his character, and I mean you see it for yourself just watching it, but like him being into mental awareness and being a psychologist. Is he a psychiatrist or a psychologist?
He's studying to be a psychiatrist.
It's psychiatry, right? Not psychologist, it's psychiatry. So that's right, because he says refer to a psychiatrist. So he's a psychiatrist. So he's studying that whole, and that really does not gel well with religion.
Right.
Psychology. Right. So I mean, that's the whole thing there in itself. And it's a good point you made, that because of his because of his profession, and him going and thinking that way, and then the death of his mother, you can definitely see why this guy's really struggling.
You can't go at religion logically. You just can't. You can't logically figure it. It's not going to work. So that right there told you his faith must not have been all that strong to begin with if he wanted to do that. That's what that tells me.
Yep.
Because you don't find too many psychiatrists that are religious. Period. You're just not.
Yeah. No.
You may find them, but not many. Because it's a complete clash. It's a completely different way of looking at it.
And that's why I think it was a deliberate choice for that exact reason. have him be in a field, and that clashes entirely with his beliefs and that he's already suffering with after losing his mother.
So his loss of faith is not a new thing. That's been going on for a long time.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. I don't think they even try to make it seem like it's a new thing.
I'm not sure he should even been a priest to begin with. You know what I
mean? Yeah, I know. Right? And I'm sure he's wishing it by the end of this movie, midway through this. Why the fuck did I start doing this?
Yeah, he's pissed at God. He made his mom suffer, and now he's lost his mom, and he's not making any money. He's struggling, and now he's dealing with this. And you can just tell he's just an unhappy person. He's hating on God right now, man.
Oh, that was an answer to a question. All right, so Stacy asks JT and Gore, if we run a film festival, what do you pick for opening night, and who do you invite for the Q&A? That's a great question, actually.
Oh man, I don't know. Shit, I would have to think about that for a minute.
What would you pick for the opening night?
Something universally liked that I like too, man. Something like.
All right, can you invite anyone? Like May already gave her thought on an answer. She said JT's inviting Mario Bava and Gore Fulci. Laugh out loud. So that was going to say. So can they be alive or dead, or do they have to be living? Right. Could we have is this a total like imaginary alternate universe hypothetical?
Because it might be Romero. It might be Romero, maybe. Who knows?
It would be David Lynch for me, 100%. So May, you're wrong. But close. I would love to talk to Bava, but one, he didn't really speak English that well. Same with Lamberto, who is very much alive, and I have reached out, and that's a big issue. One is he doesn't speak any really English, but also he doesn't do that type of stuff for free or often, so that's another reason. But he doesn't speak English.
Half right about me. She was half right about me because it would either be Fulci or Romero, I think.
Yeah, it would be David Lynch. And that, and only because, not only because it would be more open for like an answer from me and thinking of it if he didn't pass away this year. With him gone now, and now in this hypothetical question, it would absolutely be David Lynch, no question. That's who's being invited.
I know a lot of people shit on Psycho 4. There's things about Psycho 4 that I like, man. Like Olivia Hussey playing Mrs. Bates. I think she is great. She's a cruel, fucking confusing, mean bitch. And
Psycho. We were just talking Psycho 4 the other night, weren't we? A little bit. Somebody brought it up, I think. And Olivia Hussey's great. CCH Pounder is in it. I always liked her.
Yes.
She's in Demon Knight too. Tales from the Crypt Demon Knight. She's also in, and she was an orphan after she lost a ton of weight, and decades later.
Yeah, that was her. Holy shit, she's the nun, right?
Yeah, who comes and then Esther kills her in the road. Yeah, and they drag the body. Yeah. CCH Pounder, and she's lost so much weight. She's so skinny there, and the effect here is so fucking good. At first, the cold in the room, which is is freezing, and the help me written on her.
Yes. They had like these industrial size air conditioners shooting in there to make it so cold that that could be what the whole set burnt down at one point, except for Reagan's room.
I heard that actually. Maybe it was in that Curse the Films episode on it. Okay, I heard that, which is weird. And, I mean, just that in itself is fucking weird.
It wasn't touched.
Yeah. I mean, actually, now that I think about it, with what was said earlier and stuff, and since the room was the extension of the house there, that might have something to do. Maybe it was whatever they used to build the bedroom and stuff was more resistant to the flames than the rest of the house. That might be what the reason for that.
I bet the people in the house were like, "What the fuck, man? She's burning out the motherfucker to burn my house down."
Yeah,
damn.
That was a very interesting, cool question, though, Stacey. Thank you.
There's Merrin. Merrin's been waiting for it. He's not surprised one bit when he comes.
Oh yeah. No. He's been waiting since. Yeah, I was what you were gonna say. He's been waiting for this day since he found fucking the statue, the Pazuzu statue.
Damn it, we meet again.
Nope.
Except I'm very sickly. He's so sickly. When you get to the point where you have to have nitroglycerin so you can take it to stop the palpitations and all that to calm it down, your heart's in bad shape.
Oh yeah. You mean the like almost amyl nitrate, like same shit when you pop it and then sniff it, right?
Yeah.
to get your heart going again. They do that shit in Fear and Loathing and stuff. Benicio del Toro's character and stuff, and he's cracking them a lot and stuff in the car on the drive there and huffing them. And then he even says to him, he has a heart condition. This man has a heart problem.
That's especially to keep you from having a fatal heart attack, period. That's what that's for.
Yeah.
And you only take them when you need them type.
Yeah.
Oh, this movie scares the shit out of me. It still does. It always has. And I think it's because I seen it 5 or 6 years old in the late 70s. That's important. When there wasn't movies, this was the only one like this. He was the only one that had this scary ass fucking makeup shit. Her face is fucking terrifying, man. She's pissed. She's like, Merrin, you son of a bitch.
I love that sound. I love all the sound.
She's a spirit of bitch.
All the demonic voices, the sound, the moans, the groans, the scream, everything. It just sounds so raw, and it sounds so authentic. Like I said, if there was demonic possession as a real thing, this would be it. And this is one of the most iconic shots ever.
Yes, it's from a lot of different animals that they recorded, and they just recorded all different kind of animal sounds. They kind of mixed them together.
Yep, I knew that. And sped them up like to different pitches, layered them, and that shot too. I mean, the shot of him in front of the house is one of the most iconic shots in the history of film. But then that shot of her when she senses him right after that scene, and you see the close up on her eyes and the yellow, and that Pazuzu senses him.
Yes, that comes from a painting.
That shot, that one shot of the house.
Yeah. Friedkin seen that. I can't remember who it's by, but Friedkin seen that painting somewhere, and it's got the light shining down on something, and that's how it turned into that poster.
Interesting. I did not know that. One of the coolest shots in a movie, and most recognizable, I would say too.
Oh, definitely, man.
You show that shot to people who aren't even big horror. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you show it to people that aren't even horror fans or even big movie fans. I feel like most people would know.
Yeah. I had to wear the shirt. I knew we were doing this, so I had to put the shirt. Look, even the bandana that I'm wearing around my wrist tonight is fucking purple.
Yeah. I did the same thing with the text. See, I changed it as soon as I hopped on here. I said I had it on orange. I said, actually, you know what? I should change it. Right? Let me put it to purple. So that's funny you brought that up.
That's a couple of horror film nerds there, man.
Yeah, I know, right? We're color coding on fucking appearances and streams for the movie.
Yeah.
I love this. Right, one of my favorite lines in the movie when she says, "So far, I say there are 3 personalities. As there are only one, or there's only one." That's such a great line.
Yeah.
Because that's more to our point what we were saying earlier about him being a psychologist or a psychiatrist, and him saying he's thinking that way, like he's still thinking that logical way. I feel like there's 3 distinct personalities, and he has to say no, there's only one. So he's still thinking in that logical way, trying to make logical sense out of
it. Yeah. And he walks in and you stick your cock up her ass, you worthless cock-sucking motherfucker.
Yeah,
Silence.
All the dialogue is insane. And that was other stuff you just never hear ever in a movie back then. And your mother sucks cocks in hell and all of that.
Yeah.
Like what? Like back then, they're probably, what the hell? Who wrote this?
Yeah, that's the Belgian Surrealist is the painting, and it's by Regan MacNeil.
Oh yeah, I know, it's crazy.
So that's an old actual painting. It's an actual artist who painted that.
Oh, what was the name of it?
It's hold on a second. Well, I done swiped it away because I cheated and looked it up.
Oh, that's okay. No, that's okay.
It's by Regan MacNeil.
Okay.
But yeah, it's actually art. You know what I mean? Like you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's seen that just
dude.
Like
that right there. That effect. Sorry to cut you off. That effect right there when she like her head twists a bit, you know, and like her eyes are wide, her fucking mouth is like going around. That shit looks so crazy.
Like
And
the
how
levitating scene.
yeah,
She's in like a shock state. The demon's in like a shock state from all this going on. That's why it does that. It's actually
yeah,
kind of like a pause. You know what I mean?
yeah. And then I love
Yeah.
how just a minute ago, a few seconds ago, spat right at Merrin, and he just like it
He
doesn't
just
phase him one bit. Yep, he just takes it,
that's what
wipes
Karras
it,
is
and just
thinking.
continues reading.
Karras is standing there looking fucking terrified as fuck. And he's looking at this old man like, how the fuck are you so cool, dude?
Yeah, I know.
Look at his
Exactly.
face. He's like,
And Pazuzu senses that. I mean, from past interactions with Karras, but especially here too.
the response, please, Damien.
He's starting to fucking freak Karras. He's starting to really. He doesn't know what to think at this point.
Because he hadn't seen any of this shit yet. You know,
Exactly.
He showing any of this. She was mild.
It was not this intense at any other point before for him to see all that. Now
she knew she
like shock.
Pazuzu knew it had to raise its game with Merrin.
Yeah.
That tongue is great, man.
It really
looking
is.
right at him. Looking directly at him.
Yep.
Keeps looking
and
right
and the way it's shot too, that like it's not a zoom fully, but it's kind of like a little camera movement towards it, and then it goes back for the reaction.
That is the scariest face when she turns her head to the side and she's puking. The eyes and shit look so terrifying, man.
Yeah, yep. That's another one of the best effects looking shots in the scene. I mean, the whole movie, I would say.
More like Pazuzu there. The Pazuzu's coming out in her face.
Yeah. I like when the eye bulges.
Mm-hmm. Oh, God, yeah. That was just like an overlay. They just overlaid that.
Yeah.
It's a cool little
I love
effect.
That shot.
It just goes to show, man, the simplest things is what you can do the most with. Little is more. It really is. In 9 out of 10 things, little is much more important than big. Little things that add up to be more than one big thing.
Exactly. And like I said earlier, exactly. And earlier, like I said, all those perfect storms, and it's all being a sum of its perfect parts and being more than the sum of its perfect parts as a film.
Yep. All those little things come together.
This is where you see Merrin, starting and that giggle, man, from Pazuzu Regan. Right before he says, I cast you out, but the way she's laughing, because she knows he's weak. She knows that his heart's bad.
Sick. Yep. And she knows, it's obvious.
Yeah.
He's got a bleed.
He has to take a second and, like to slow down before he starts going out and starts going really and like hard on her with the Bible.
So and right here, not threatened at all. You got a very sick, very old man that has a bad heart, and then you've got a priest that
I know, right? Who's a psychiatrist, who's struggling with his face. Oh, the head twist is so good.
That's fantastic.
That's the sound design again, right there, highlighted with the crack. That sells the whole effect.
They're no match for it. They're no match for Pazuzu. They're really not.
Oh no. This is where she pushes him just completely over the edge, Karras, with all this stuff. You let your mother die. This shot right here is one of my favorite shots in the movie ever. With when she starts to levitate and the white of the eyes.
Yes,
one of the greatest shots in film history. I'll die on that hill any day.
Hey, Anthony. Anthony Mendy.
Oh yeah, what's up, Ant? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you.
Barron says in the novel, Merrin had returned stateside around 3 months before the reader is introduced to Georgetown. So you can imagine what Merrin was waiting Merrin was waiting for a while for that call.
Yeah. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I love that's why I'm glad you stopped by again, Barron. One, just good to see you, and two, I love having you here with all the behind the scenes stuff and the novel stuff.
Nice guy. Nice guy. You gotta see his room. My room is all kinds of different horror. His is Exorcist like that.
Yeah. I think I have seen his all Exorcist everywhere, right? And so I think I saw a video and saw the room a while back. I gotta watch. I gotta look for a video and see.
Like two and a half years ago, I had him on my channel for like 2.5, 3 hours. We talked about The Exorcist, and you could see his room. So that might have been where you seen it.
Yeah, maybe. Actually, maybe it was that. I'm trying to think. I know I have. I just can't recall. So I need to take a better look, Baron, at your room. I know that sounds weird, but you know what I mean.
Cool, man. You got a lot of. I have a couple of things that I'll show, but it's nothing compared to him. I showed off 2 or 3 little things, and he was like, whipped out like 20 different things, man. I was like, oh. I was like, okay, never mind. Never mind. You got me. He's got all my shit and 100 more. Just drop this poor mail, man.
Shaking. Yeah, I was just saying, and it's shaking everywhere. The room's fucking shaking, cracking. Before that's another one.
He's on his fucking ground with his fucking holy water laying just on his stomach. He's like, oh,
yeah.
Take that and stick it up your ass, man. Come on, the holy water, really.
The shot of her reaching on the bed and the Pazuzu statue behind. That's another one of the best in the movie. And in film too. I mean, like all time. There's so many shots in this film. Same with The Thing. Same with Carpenter's Halloween. That are all time film shots, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
The Thing with so many shots in that one. The Halloween with him sitting up behind Laurie and the slow turn to her. Him in the doorway, the dark doorway. Him at the top of the stairs. Right before Tommy and her see her, and then they start running. The kids start running. Yeah, the ghost one, Ghost Bob being pinned, the head turn. Yeah, there's so many shots in that movie that are just perfection in every.
I have another one of those videos. You know how I did the Ghost Bob thing? I have the stalking Annie when it's done. All I gotta do is
nice.
My narration down. And it's a part where he's talking to her when she's talking to, she's talking to Paul and all that shit. So that should be done tonight. So I'll probably have it out tomorrow.
Oh, cool! All right, guys. So look forward to that. I love that scene. And I love how he picks the phone up, holds it to his ear, Michael, before he hangs up. And he's just breathing, listening, and the way the light hits his mask and it's blue, almost has that bluish look to it. It's another fucking fantastic shot in that movie.
Now, in the director's cut, when they're sitting there on the stairs here,
I was just gonna say Exorcist intermission. Exorcism intermission.
Yeah, but Karras is sitting there and he's like, I don't get it. Why this girl? And Merrin says, I think the point is to make us feel like God doesn't love us. God doesn't care. So what? Because why would he allow this to happen to this girl? He said he thinks that's the whole point. But anyway, that part was stuck into the director's cut. I always thought
that sounded familiar when you said it. Yeah. I remember hearing that. I think I only saw the director's cut once. I've seen the version you've never seen, the one I own all these years. I've seen that one several times. But I'm most familiar with the. Is it pretty close to the director's cut?
Exactly. The only difference is the director's cut doesn't have all the images on the wall.
Oh, okay. So that's the only difference.
Yeah, but they both have the spider walk and all that. Yeah, with the crab walk.
I love that.
Yeah. Other than
that is so fucking creepy, man. Because I remember when that release came out, and we all saw that for the first. Well, I saw it for the first time when they released it, and I was like, 2000. Man, I didn't think this movie can get even creepier than when I saw it as a kid. And in 2000, so I was the reason early teens when that version came out.
The reason that the crab walk thing was not in the original 73 version is because you could still see you could see the strings and the wires.
Yeah, I've had that pointed out to me before.
But by 2000, they could just get rid of them with CGI.
Yeah.
So that's what they did. Friedkin was.
I wonder if they. I wonder if they did any more work like that in the director's cut, because that came later, right? Was released after that was released after the. No, I wonder if they touched up anything else in that one. Probably not, just because it was just those scenes, right? It was probably just those few scenes that were added for that prior version that we never saw. So probably not.
It's almost identical. All they did was change the name from the version you never seen to the director's cut. It's almost
that's why I wasn't sure when we were talking at the very beginning about the different versions. I was like, there's 2 or 3 versions, because I knew this director's cut, and then I forgot the name of the one, that being the one you never saw, or whatever, the version you never seen. And then I wasn't sure if they were how different they were, but they're basically the same cut.
There's one, you know, the image, I don't know if you remember, but on the version you never seen, it came out in 2000, when she shuts the door to Reagan's room, you could see Pazuzu and like a symbol come up on the wall. That's not in the director's cut. That's basically the only difference.
Okay, so that's just in, I remember that. That's just in the version you never seen. They took that out of the director's cut. Okay.
Yep.
That's interesting.
Friedkin obviously didn't want that, because that's why those symbols weren't in the original 73 version. He didn't like those symbols. But Blatty did.
Yeah. That makes sense.
He did that for Blatty.
Makes sense.
He wanted Blatty to have a version that he liked, that he wanted all the stuff in. Because Blatty was never satisfied with the 73 version because it didn't have all the extra shit. Because Friedkin didn't like that. But so he promised him that he would make him a version, and he did. So he did that because he respected him.
Oh yeah, they had a great deal of respect, it seems, for each other.
For years they didn't speak though,
and now
because Blatty was pissed at him because he took out so much.
Yeah.
So one person.
I'm glad they reconciled. I'm glad they reconciled. Unlike or changed. Because
Blatty died several years before Friedkin did. They're both gone now, man. That's crazy. That's why you're not going to be able to have another Exorcist. Leave it alone. You're not going to have another one like this because they're both gone.
Yeah.
You know.
In the novel, the day that Chris packs to leave the house on Prospect Street was 6 weeks after Karras falls to his death. Interesting. I love having all these novel tidbits here. I really got to read the novel. I'm looking fucking right at it. I'm staring right at it. It's right there on that shelf. And right under it is Legion. Right under that is some collection of Clive Barker. One that has the Candyman short story in it.
They're both really good books, man. See, at this point, Karras has given up until she says, "Is she going to die?" And then that sparks him up, and he's like, "Hell no, she's not." Fuck that, man. No. But until she says that, he's pretty much given up, and she can tell. That's why she asked, "Is she going to die?" Because he's got this lost look on his face.
Oh yeah, he looks. His whole world is fucking shook. His whole universe is turned upside down. And it doesn't look good. Yeah, it does not look good for her. From everything he's seen, like I don't think he's giving her a good prognosis. You know, it is mine.
Yeah, the demon made fun of him. The demon made a joke out of his ass and made an example out of him.
Yeah,
to the point where Merrin kicked him the fuck out. Get out.
And then he goes back up, and then imagine you go back up and you see him dead.
Oh man,
like that. And that's one thing I do like about Exorcist 2. Where they show Pazuzu like twisting his heart, like grabbing the heart of him and stuff, and that like a flashback to this. That was interesting. Yeah, I thought that was cool. Of like having a demon actually, like that's what the demon is doing that we don't see. It's actually reaching in and just squeezing the person's heart and getting them to stop and just die of a heart attack.
Pretty good idea. Exorcist 2 does have a couple of good points. It really does. I can't completely rip on it. There's a couple of things that they do right.
Yeah, and that's what I mean by like it being a hodgepodge of these ideas with some tiny good ideas, and that's like one of them, like that level of ideas. Mixed in with just a bunch of shit too. That is terrible.
Now, Kinderman is there. You see how Kinderman's there? Kinderman is there to arrest her for murder.
Oh yeah, you think
for the murder of Bruce Jennings? Yes, that's why he's there.
Interesting. I never thought about that.
He's come there to take her in because she's the only one that was proven to be there when he went out the window.
Well, that's why he went that whole, that whole interrogation almost route with Chris in that great.
He's there to arrest that kid for murder, to take her in. Yep, to charge her with murder.
Yeah,
it's like, damn, dude. Really?
Yeah. Well, imagine if he walked in and went to go in there, Regan MacNeil, you are under. Holy shit! I'm fucking out of here. Get out of here. He'd be turning around running.
I don't think he would accomplish that.
I don't think he would arrest her either. I don't think he would be able to put her that bitch in handcuffs in any way in the Pazuzu form.
Pazuzu will be like, go fuck your mom.
Just the way
he had to be the next one twisted around and out the window.
Yeah, exactly. The same way as he was trying to make it sound accusatory towards Reagan.
Give you next month, bottom of the stairs. Yeah, that'd be ugly. He lucked out big time here, and he's looking like, what the hell just fucking happened, man? What the fuck?
Yeah, no, he's so confused. This guy's lost. Are you serious?
But
everyone there is so confused of what's going on and what they just witnessed. That guy, Kinderman, walking in, he has no clue what's going on. And like you said, if he was there to charge her, then he doesn't know what to do now. And I always love this how he comes up and gives Karras his last rites, his last penance and stuff before confession, whatever it's called. I'm not.
Now, he's an actual priest, the one playing Father Dyer. He's an actual priest.
No, that's what I mean. Yeah, that's what I mean.
And he couldn't get it right. He couldn't get the scene right. So Friedkin looked at him. And he said, "Do you trust me? Do you love me?" And he's like, "Yes, of course." And Friedkin said, "Okay," and said, smacked him across the face and said, "All right, action." And the dude was like hand shaking. He's so fucking mad because he's got slapped across the face. That's why he's shaking like he's crying.
Really? I didn't know that. That's great.
That's what slapped him right across his face. He said, "Action." And he was like, "Motherfucker."
Yeah, right. To get a
he said he wanted to kill him. He said he wanted to kill him. Yep. That's what happened there. That's crazy, isn't it? Friedkin's a motherfucker, dude.
Yeah.
Slapped him. Whap.
I mean, I remember hearing some. I don't remember any specific ones, but I remember hearing some crazy stories of him directing Bug, which is such an underrated movie, man. I love Bug. I did a video on that. Like
it is great, dude.
2 years, man.
Of course, I love Michael Shannon.
That's so underrated.
Michael Shannon is so fucking good, dude. He's so weird and just different. Michael Shannon is, but I love him. I loved his Zod.
His performance is great. Everyone does a great job in that film, and I mean, it's mostly just Judd and Shannon, but you got the few other characters and actors in there. Everyone does.
She really won my respect. Judd did. Actually, Judd, I thought she was all right, but when she did Bug, I gained a ton of respect for her.
It's one of I'm not a huge fan of hers, but like of the films and performances I've seen of hers, that's probably my favorite.
She's all right.
Honestly,
she's all right. Great. But in
that really was and probably well due to Friedkin and his directing.
And Michael Shannon, she had to raise her level because she was acting with Michael Shannon.
Well,
he's a lot better.
That's true too. I mean, he was the standout of that film. For obvious reasons. I mean, it's just his performance is unreal in Bug.
Yes. Well, I mean, a great actor will expose a shitty actor in a minute if they're acting together. You will see a shitty actor in a minute if they're acting with somebody good.
Yep. If you got them in a crew, a bunch of cast members that are all not that great actors, or just good, decent actors. But yeah, once you throw just like one up against the other, and one is at that caliber, or like it's like throwing any just regular actor from like now, like up against peak De Niro in his prime, or like Pacino, or like anything like that. I mean, like those type of level actors, you'll tell immediately. It's just the balance is just off in the force, with like in a situation like that.
To me, three of the greatest living actors on the planet are Gary Oldman,
Gary Oldman, I love
Daniel Day-Lewis. And
he's one of the greatest too.
And Willem Dafoe. To me, they're the three greatest living actors on the planet right now.
Willem Dafoe is phenomenal. I never was a huge fan of him, but he's a phenomenal actor. But I agree with the other two for sure. The other two.
To me, Daniel Day-Lewis is the world's greatest living actor.
I wouldn't argue that. And he's in my second favorite movie, and my favorite non-horror movie is Last of the Mohicans, and he's phenomenal. Every movie he's done, and he's just one hell of a method actor. That guy is like method actor to the extreme. He lived in the woods. He hunted and lived in the woods for that movie, for Last of the Mohicans, for like 2 months, like hunting and fucking just roughing it out there, like he was in the 1700s and shit. Like that's what he was preparing for.
He ain't no joke. He can play anything, and he's proved it. Did you see Lincoln? Or as Gangs in New York as the Butcher, or fucking There Will Be Blood, man. Oh my God!
That's right. Yeah, that's a movie I haven't seen in a while. There Will Be Blood.
He's so good in that. Bastard in a Basket.
I didn't care for Lincoln, but he did great.
He was,
I didn't like,
you know,
I didn't like the movie that much, but like he did, his portrayal was fucking unreal. And it should never be a shock to anyone when Daniel Day-Lewis does a movie or any role, and it's like as phenomenal as it is.
He retired again because it was just so hard on his family. Because when he would do these roles, he'd become these characters. Everywhere he went, he was that character. He wanted to be called the character's name.
Exactly.
Like, dude, enough. So he's retired, but I think he'll be back again. That was great, man. The Exorcist is just fucking great. And
the music just hit for me too.
Just like I knew it would be great doing this with you. I mean, I fucking knew it. I had no doubt.
I love this movie so much, and then we all do. I mean, and then oh shit, Karen. Hey, Karen.
Hey, Karen, what's up?
Haven't been a while. See you two alive. Watch along. Great film. Hey, May, Russell, everyone. Can't stay, but happy Halloween. Thanks for stopping by, Karen. Love you, sweetheart. Happy Halloween as well.
Much love.
4 more days, or what? 3 more days? Yeah, 4 more days. Yes.
Yeah, because we got well, we'll just call this Monday, so it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 4 days.
Yeah, cool. Well, yeah, I was basing it just off Russell earlier with the 4 more days till Halloween. But yeah, Exorcist. I wanted to read this that Baron put up before we end this. Blatty stated that this was not based on fact. I believe he used this no return clause as a way to end the novel sooner.
Right.
Interesting. Thank you for all the novel notes and stuff and tidbits that you've been throwing in, man. Those have been cool. Because I never, like I said, I haven't gotten to reading the novel yet, so I don't know any of the real differences or things that are missing from the movie. That's cool, Keith.
You got the deck of cards. Thanks, man. Yeah, this deck of cards. It's unopened.
That's cool. The one with her on the bed was fucking cool.
And here is the soundtrack on vinyl.
Nice. That's the shot earlier. I was saying that's such a great shot.
There's the gatefold.
Oh, cool.
See, on the back, you got a floor with some like holy water spilt in there.
Yeah. When Merrin drops it, the artwork is just unreal for everything I've seen from this movie. All the releases, any type of box set or re-release or any type of new transfer, anything that I've seen that people have shared, like and said, "Oh, this is coming out," and I look at the artwork, it's always phenomenal.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
but
that's the album.
All right, guys. I mean, if you got anything else, dig it out.
Yeah,
thanks for joining for this, man. Bless. Go ahead.
For Karras, Jack Nicholson, Paul Newman, all these different people were mentioned, but Jason Miller came and he told him, and he said, "We've already picked somebody." They had already hired Stacy Keach and had already paid Stacy Keach to play Father Karras.
That's right. I remember Stacy Keach was supposed to.
Yeah. But when he came down and tried out, he loved it. He said, "This dude is Karras," and so they let and he fought for him, and they ended up picking Jason Miller, and they ended up still having to pay Stacy Keach. They had to pay Stacy Keach for a role he didn't even do.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know that part.
For Chris MacNeil, Shirley MacLaine almost got the role. Carol Burnett, they thought about. Audrey Hepburn and Bancroft, who had just won an Oscar for the Miracle Worker. But they ended up, of course, with Ellen Burstyn because he wanted her and he fought for her. Pamela Ferdin was good. If you don't know who that is, I do believe that's the chick that was in Night Gallery episode Brenda. She was thought about for Regan. Like I said, so was Jamie Lee Curtis. But instead, he ended up hiring, of course, Linda Blair and her mother, Eleanor Blair. Let me see. The book sold slow to begin with. His book was not a bestseller to begin with until he went on the Dick Cavett show, which was a show back in the day, and then it started selling. And then because Blatty to begin with, people didn't want to buy it because they were used to Blatty doing comedies. He wrote novels and did like screenplay writing for Blake Edwards and shit like that. Yeah. So they didn't take him seriously. This is the only story. This and Legion is the only two that he ever did that were quite like this for a long time.
Yeah.
Until later on, he was a comedy writer, and this is the first time he ever switched off of it, and we ended up with
Yeah,
this. So.
I knew he was a comedy writer. I can't think of anything, that like that I've read, or I never read anything really of Blatty's, except that'll change soon with those 2 fucking books sitting over there for the last year. But that seems like a good time. I should finally pick that up. But the Exorcist novel, I read that, especially with all these tidbits we've been getting for Baron. Thank you, man. Thank you for the behind the scenes stuff. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks everybody for hanging out. And then tomorrow we have what's tomorrow? Yeah, we got Lisa and the Devil, Mario Bava at 3 p.m. And then we have the late night. Cal's joining, and we will be doing Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge, the best Nightmare on Elm Street film. And there's no debate or discussion about it. So, but he definitely the darkest Freddy for sure. But all right, guys, everyone have a great night. And yeah, it's the end of the weekend. Fucking Monday morning now. That sucks. Oh well, it's Monday. So have a great Monday, and have a great night, everybody. Keith, you want to take it out with who are you? You're agoraphobe and they are not.
Much love to you guys. Thanks to JT for having me. It's always a great time, man. Much love to you too. And everybody, take it easy. Take care of each other. Be good to each other. Be good to yourselves. And that is JT, and I am agoraphobe, and you are not. So have a good night.
That's right. You might. Who knows? There might be another JT out there.